Welcome to the channel and welcome to Warhammer 40k 8th edition. It's Thousand Suns versus Space Marines. Today on the channel we're fighting in and amongst this industrial sector where the Thousand Suns are spoiling for a fight, and the second company of the 13th will be deployed to defend this sector. That's my Primaris Space Marine force. It's the first time on YouTube, in fact, that we get to see a full Thousand Suns force on the channel, and I'm very excited about it. It's a 2,000 point game. We're playing the Maelstrom of War Mission Cleanse and Capture. That's the one where you get 3 cards a turn every turn, and the Space Marines will be deployed on this side of the table. We're doing Dawn of War deployment, we rolled for it. Thousand Suns will be deployed on this side of the table. There's an objective in their deployment zone here, and I think there's one in mine. There's one in my deployment zone here, but that one's pretty close. There's 2 up here. Getting to this one up here is going to be particularly interesting. Honestly, I can't really think of a convincing narrative to the Thousand Suns being here, but they're Tzeentch, so they have their reasons, and I'm really looking forward to fighting them. Primaris Space Marines versus new Thousand Suns, and we welcome to the channel a new chap. This is Stylus, one of my patrons. Say hi to Stylus.
Hi to Stylus.
Hi to Stylus. Or Hugh. Hi Hugh. Hello. Hugh. But I'm going to call you Stylus because then the other patrons know who you are. And you got into Warhammer 40k when 8th edition dropped, right? You did it back in the day, but you're new. You're an 8th edition person.
New to 8th. Yeah.
So you don't get confused with all those 7th and 6th edition rules.
No, it's all new rules.
It's all new rules. I get confused all the time, so you should be a tactical genius. We shall see. 2,000 points, think I mentioned that. Let's do some shout out with the terrain. I like this. I like this built up industrial sector, excuse me, on this side, and then we have the roadway, and then we have the silos and the storage sector down this way. This pre-painted modular terrain is from foreground.co.uk, so you can assemble it in different fashions, ways like this. They also did the fences and the barricades. That's foreground.co.uk. The big green silos up here, this is MDF terrain from P-Work Wargames. P-Work Wargames also do battle mats, but this battle mat is from gamemat.eu. And this roadway, people keep asking me about this roadway. Where did you get the roadway from, Winters? It comes from Forge World about 15 years ago. When Forge World did terrain, they don't do terrain anymore, so you can't get it. Sorry about that. Anyway, so some large line of sight blocking terrain up this side of the table. It's going to be very interesting moving through this area. And there's some significant line of sight blocking terrain around this section. The middle is a little bit open for a change, but it should be very interesting. I keep looking over my shoulder at the Thousand Suns army thinking I've got no idea what that does. Let's go and check out these armies. So this is 1997 or 8 of Space Marines. It's a battalion detachment and the one with all the fasts. So it gives me 9 command points. I'm going to be using the Ultramarines chapter tactics because the second company of the 13th are from Macragge. They were sent to relieve the 13th, and they use the Ultramarines gene seed. So that's +1 leadership, and they can fall back and still shoot. And I've got a captain and a lieutenant leading the charge. I've given them both of them the Stalker pattern bolt gun because I don't intend to move them very much. That's the 36-inch range AP-2 bolt gun. And my captain's got Iron Resolve, so ignores wounds on the 6. He's got an extra wound, and I've given him the Sanctic Armor Indomitors. That's the thing. Basically an extra wound, and he's got a 2-up save instead of a 3-up save. This way I will remember these rules because I keep forgetting my Warlord's rules. He's basically tougher and he can hang in there a bit longer with a lieutenant and or lieutenant if you're an American, and a librarian, and I'll give the librarian Might of Heroes and Null Zone. And so we've got 3 troops, 3 units of intercessors. I've brought 20 Hellblasters with me. I am that guy. These guys have got the plasma incinerators, 1 squad of 10, and then 2 squads of 5 assault plasma incinerators. But as you'll see, there's no las cannons in this force, no missile launchers in this force. The Hellblasters are gonna have to do a lot of anti-vehicle stinging and stinging for me. Jumpy dudes, lots of jumpy dudes. A unit of 5, 2 units of 4, some aggressors to counterpunch, and the Redemptor Dreadnought in the backfield with some more plasma goodness. So the jumpy dudes allow me to have some mobility. I've got some shooty. Everything in this army's got 2 wounds. He's the only non-Primaris guy here. He's just a standard librarian. And let's take a look at these Thousand Suns. Right, this is 2,000 points worth of Thousand Suns. It's a battalion detachment and the one with all the elites. So that's 9 command points as well, and it looks so pretty. I've got no idea what I'm looking at here. Talk me through Thousand Suns. 1 minute, before we do, Thousand Suns. So what are the special rules for Thousand Suns? They're all psychers, right?
They're all psychers. There's the Brotherhood of Sorcerers, which means they always cast on a smite for 5 turn. It never goes out.
So it doesn't go 5, 6, 7.
It doesn't go 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
And their psychic powers are increased by 6 inches, the range of them.
Right, so they smite at 24-inch range.
Smite 24-inch, and everything associated with that.
But when they smite, it does 1 damage, but when it's an 11 plus, it does D3 damage.
That's true for the unit champions, the aspiring sorcerers.
Right.
The regular sorcerers is normal smite, so D3 or
Oh,
D6.
okay. Sweet. And their normal smite is at 24-inch range?
It is, yes.
Nice. And I know that lots of their bolters are AP -2.
Anything with the bolter is pretty much -2. That's the Inferno bolter.
On the rubric guys.
And the rubrics and the Scarab Occult and the HQs.
Right, and I know if I hit them with damage 1 weaponry, they've got the All Is Dust.
All Is Dust, so that increases their armor save by 1.
Yeah, so if you're shooting at these guys with normal bolt guns, they'll have a 2-up save.
That's right.
I like it. What am I looking at?
Right, this Thrall Band, which is what they're called, is the Court of Miracles.
Nice.
We've got the Warlord here, so he's an exalted sorcerer on a disc of Tzeentch.
Yes.
His Warlord trait is High Magister, which gives him a +1 to his psychic tests.
Nice.
And the relic he's got is the Helm of the Third Eye, which means he'll take your command points on a 5-up.
Command point farm, 5 up.
Demon Prince here with Malefic Talons.
Yes.
I've also paid a command point already to give him the Dark Matter Crystal. This will allow him to teleport either himself or an infantry unit within range across the board.
Cool, so you got 2 relics then.
That's right, yeah.
And that is a once per game thing?
It is, yes.
And he can just shoot. Can he do that in turn 1? He can do that in any turn, I guess, right?
I think it still obeys the rules for deep striking in
Right.
turn 1.
Okay.
The Exalted Sorcerer here, just on foot. He's
Yes.
just got a Staven and Inferno Bolt Pistol.
Okay.
Coming to the troop choices.
1 minute.
Oh, sorry.
So, demons, you're re-rolling ones within 6-inch range of demons.
That's right. These are also Lords of the Thousand Suns, so they allow rerolls of 1 like a Chaos Lord would.
Your sorcerers allow re-rolls as well.
Yes, and because he's a Demon Prince of Tzeentch,
Yes.
he has a higher Invan save and more spells than a regular Demon Prince.
Okay, so he's got a 4-up and run and
Yes.
more sales and re-rolling around these guys.
That's right.
And they're all characters, so I can't target them. Sounds
Indeed.
sounds good. I like it. Right, okay, next.
To the troops,
Yes.
2 units of cultists.
Never leave home without them.
One's at the back with auto guns, he's got a shotgun. One's at front with auto pistols and brutal assault weapons.
Okay,
Other troops here, we've got 1 unit of 5 Rubric Marines.
Yes.
One of them has got a Warp Flamer, the rest have Inferno Bolt Guns.
yes. There's more rubric.
Another 5 Rubric Marines there, just with Inferno Bolt Guns.
Yes.
And the final troops choice is 20 Zangor with a Bray leader, also a icon of flame,
Right.
and a Bray horn, which allows them to +1 to their advance and charge rolls.
What does the icon do?
Icon is at the beginning of the psychic phase, roll a dice on a 6, it causes a mortal wound to the nearest enemy unit.
Does it really?
Yes.
So it's just only on a 6?
On a 6, it was just to use extra points.
How many points is that?
That's 5 points.
5 points for a 1 in 6 thing?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you getting on with Zangors? I mean, some people don't rate them, but I really like them.
Oh, I like them. They're fast, they hit hard. They've only got a 5-up invan, so if they get shot or anything, they don't have all his dust, they can go
Right.
quite quickly, but once they get into combat, they can chew through things.
But Thousand Suns have a spell where you can put increase the invan, right?
You can increase the invan. There's a stratagem that allows Zangor to fight twice, and also Zangor are affected by veterans of the Long War for
Are
some
they?
reason. Yeah, they've just been picking things up.
These are veterans of the Long War.
Yeah, as are the cultists too.
Really?
There's just a little school on the planet Sorcerers where they teach them how to be veterans.
I like it.
That's all the troops. So the
yes.
elites, again, the Scarab Occult Terminators.
Yes.
All with Inferno Combi Bolters. He's got a Soul Reaper Cannon, and he's
Right.
got a Hellfire Missile Rack.
It looks so good. What else?
Other elite is the Hellbrute.
Yes.
The It's a twin las cannon and missile launcher.
Nice.
Unlike regular Chaos Space Marine Hellbrutes, they've actually been tricked into going in there. The Thousand Suns tell them they'll teach them sorcerer's tricks, and by the time they've climbed inside, they're stuck because they don't have any flesh to stick in. They're all dust.
Yes.
Final elite choice is the Shaman. That's a Zangor Shaman. He zips around. He's a psyker as well, and he allows +1 to hit for any Zangor units he's nearby.
So he's a character, he's a psyker, and he'll give these guys +1 to hit.
He'll also give these guys +1 to hit because they're Zangor too. These are Zangor Enlightened. They've been souped up by Tzeentch.
They've got bow and arrows.
What's more 41st millennium than a bow and arrow?
I like it.
So they've got magic bow and arrows. They zip around on discs. Their great bows will auto wound on 6s, which again can be boosted up with spells and Zangor Shaman.
Nice.
Final fast attack is the 2 Chaos Spawn there, which
Right.
the others refer to as the retirement plan. When things go wrong.
You got to have some spawn in the Thousand Suns army, right?
Absolutely.
This is what they'll all look like if it wasn't for Araman.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Big stuff at the back now. So we've got a Mutalith Vortex Beast, who's big and brawly, but the real power is the Vortex on his back, which does 1 in 6 of different powers that either buff or hurt the enemy or do things like that.
So yeah, this is a buffer, right? So either you can pick the buff or you roll 2.
You roll 1 and you can roll another, yeah.
Okay.
So you randomise it.
Okay.
Which is very Tzeentchy. Here we've got a Defiler.
Yes.
Who's got, again, the battle cannon, a
Yeah.
twin heavy bolter at the back.
Yes.
These flailing things are his Scourge. And again, it's a big Defiler fist there.
He's very pretty, I like him.
Thank you. And then finally is the Helldrake with a Bale Flamer.
Helldrake with Bale Flamer. So this is, I like it. It's a good mixture of stuff. It looks very, very pretty. I've got no idea how they function or how this fight is going to go, but I'm interested to find out. So let's move on to deployment. Okay, we're deployed for this 2,000 point game of Cleanse and Capture. I got my stuff down before Stylus. We don't know who's going first yet. I didn't really know what I was doing. Looking out across at this Thousand Suns force at the moment, it's an enigma to me. An enigma wrapped in a big blue Tzeentch bow. So I put 2 units of Jumpy Doos down here and a unit of Assault Howl Blasters with the Dreadnought, because I figure there's an objective there and an objective there. An objective close to me. There's plenty of cover around here to sneak into. And I do like the idea of a Dreadnought stomping his way through here. If I manage to get it somewhere in a central position without it getting wiped out, it will have a commanding field of view of the battle grid. But right now, the range of the guns down here are 24 and 18, so not much range. I've put them down here for positioning, for placement in turn 2 and in turn 3. Libby is there, a bit of an intercessor screen, and the Hellblasters, these are the standard Hellblasters with the rapid fire guns. There's the captain, lieutenant next to them. I combat squadded them when you stick them down. So typically a 2,000 points game, you can only bring, say, 3 units of Hellblasters, but with the Space Marine combat squad rule, I can split a squad of 10 into 2 squads of 5, so I have. The reason for doing that is because morale will be less of a thing. So they're there, right in the centre where they can have nice line of sight. And then over here, another unit of Hellblasters and some aggressors hanging on the wing, because the silos here are presenting some large line of sight blocking terrain features. I was conscious about deep strikers coming in because the Scarab Occult Terminators are in reserve. And Stylus, you paid another command point for Zangors?
That's right, that's Webway Infiltration.
Webway Infiltration. So they're coming out of a webway. You're down to 7 of your 9 command points already. And you told me you got a website. You got a blogspot, a blog?
That would be waffboot.blogspot.com.
And if I manage to edit this right, it should be coming along the bottom of the screen right now. So go there and you can check out loads of pictures, I'm assuming.
Many, many armies.
Many armies, many pictures of Thousand Suns on Waffboot. I like it. And then you deployed. And we've got some guys here. Don't know what these guys are. Thousand Suns, and he's the character, right?
Rubrics.
Yes.
He's a character. He's the Zangor Shaman.
Zangor Shaman on this flank, along with the Zangors. Why have you put them over here? What's the reasoning?
Well, they're hiding.
Yes.
So basically, the idea is they'll zip out in the late game and grab an objective on the super discs.
Yes.
Also, again, these being objective secured, can go forward and grab it, and being fairly robust to small arms fire,
Yeah.
you'll have to dedicate something heavy to shield and shoot them.
Yes, and there's an objective sat there. What's there?
That's the Defiler.
The Defiler, that's it. And he's front and centre because he's got a 5-up and vulnerable save and a rather commanding view across the battle grid. You put the Mutalith Vortex Beast right in the middle where he can buff maximum number of units as possible, along with your Demon Prince. I think we didn't mention who your Warlord was. Behind the Demon Prince, that dude there. What's his name?
His name is Arak Rapathrin.
Arak Rapathrin. Brilliant stuff. And he is your Warlord.
He is.
What was his Warlord trait again?
His Warlord trait is the High Magister, so he gets a +1
That's
to his
it.
psychic tests.
Extra psychic test, but he's a buffer along with the Demon Prince as a buffer. Helldrakes can zip all the way forward. The interesting thing about Helldrakes is while they are flying, they don't have that supersonic rule, so they're not -1 to hit. So I can assault them, and they can assault me. They're flying low across the battlefield. We've got some cultists in there. We've got some more Rubric Marines holding on to that objective there, and you've hidden some stuff.
There's another Exalted Sorcerer down there.
Right.
There's the Hellbrute
Hellbrute.
hiding behind there, and then just a line of cultists.
Okay, because I did put the unit of 5 jumpy dudes in reserve. I've got 1 unit in reserve. You've got 2 units in reserve. You put your Hellbrute down after I put my Dreadnought down, so you could pull line of sight on him. I like it. Do you know what you're doing?
I'll find out. Fate knows what it's doing. I'll trust in fate.
Trust in fate. I have no idea how your army functions. This should be very interesting. Stylus, say that again.
The tactic I found works best is go early, cause mayhem,
Mayhem.
get smashed a lot, and
Yes.
then keep whatever victory points I've taken and hang on until the very end, and hopefully sneak a victory.
Okay. My tactics are move forward and shoot you. So let's roll off to see who goes first. So even though this is the main rule book, we're using the chapter approved rule. So I drop before you. I've got +1 to this dice roll. If you want to roll up first for tension,
Okay.
and you get a 5. I need to beat a 5. I need a 4 or more. And I get a 1. So you'll be going first, unless I can steal from you. I know you've come all the way down here to visit. Thank you very much. But I will try and pick your pocket. And I don't try and... I fail. So, interestingly, the 1,000 Suns will be going first, storming into this industrial complex. And the 2nd Company of the 13th stands against them. Here are the objectives for the 1,000 Suns as they move into this battle zone. They want to secure Objective 5, which is also a mission critical objective. So secure Objective 5 twice there, and that's in the middle of no man's land right now. And secure Objective 4, which they're stood on. Here we are after the movement phase. The 1,000 Suns have advanced into this industrial sector. Now there's Objective 5, which they need to score twice. And Objective 4 is under here. I want you to imagine, because we can't stick them like that. They fall down, but they're strung up along the stairs, and there's Objective 4. So they have got that objective. And put them back. And Hellbrute staying still, Cultist staying still to guard this flank. And then we had advancing spawn, advancing Mutalith beasts. Your Warlord is now tucked in there. The interesting thing about 1,000 Suns is it's 24-inch range smite. So he's 23 inches away from the first rank of intercessors. The screen there, it's very interesting. This guy just moved.
He did.
He moved, and Hellbrute's hit on 4s, and he's got heavy guns, so he's hitting on 5s. But I spoke to Stylus, and he says he likes getting aggressive with them and just charging them down. And now I'm regretting putting my Dreadnought all the way over there, because a Dreadnought versus Hellbrute fight would have been nice to see. But Defiler, yeah, but he's shoving forward. These guys advancing as well, and of course the Helldrake busting his 30-inch range all the way up the gut. So we have a strong push, a strong move up the middle of the table for the 1,000 Suns. Very interesting stuff. Let's go on to the psychic phase. So where are we starting? What are we doing?
We'll start with Gaze of Fate. This gives me a reroll to my psychic powers. This is the Demon Prince's first power.
Demon Prince. What's his name?
This is Yulbith Full Red.
Yulbith. Okay, what do you need?
I need a 6 for this.
Okay. And that doesn't work.
No.
That was a 5.
No reroll for me.
No reroll?
So he's just going to do a smite then,
Yep.
which is going to be against
24-inch range smite. I like it.
Does
And
go
that passes. So D3 mortal wounds, right?
Yep.
Because he gets a normal D3 mortal wounds.
He
That's
does.
1 mortal wounds. It's going to hit the intercessors. Okay. Next onto the warlord, the High Magister. I wanted to warp time the defiler, but he's just out of range. So you're now going to warp time the spawn.
He has 6.
And that passes.
Okay.
So they get him to move again, right?
As if they're movement phase, so they'll advance as well.
Nice. And they're advancing. They move 7 plus 3. That's 10. They're going to go running up the table. So the spawn come running up the roadway. They're already danger close. Now your warlord is smiting.
Yep, second power is smite. As
Yes.
I mentioned, because he's High Magister, he'll get 1 less to cast it, so he needs a 4 to cast smite.
Okay.
He gets an 8.
Yeah, that's good. D3 mortal wounds. For 2 mortal wounds. And his smite is coming in and hitting this squad. You're going to kill one. Take him away.
Prescience on the Hellbrute.
Prescience on the Hellbrute. And that's a perils. That's a perils, my
I'm going
friend.
to spend a command point to reroll that.
Yes.
Ah!
And that's a perils. Snake
So,
Eyes is a perils,
fences
which
go
means
everywhere.
you take D3 mortal wounds
I
and
do.
you fail to cast.
Oh, good.
That's 3 mortal wounds. How many does he start off with?
Starts off with 4.
4 or 5? 5. So he's got a bad headache already. I like it. Now, is he going to cast any more after that headache?
He's going to take a rest.
He's going to take a rest.
He
There
can't
i-
fails again.
There is a Zinch spell which allows you to heal D3 wounds, but these guys have already cast, and your other guy is too far away.
He's the healer. He's a couple of inches out.
Is he? He's the healer, this one.
No, this guy here is the healer.
Okay, and it's 18-inch range because of Thousand Suns, and he's a bit too far away.
Indeed.
That's a shame.
Uh,
So next up to cast this sorcerer. What are they called?
He's an aspiring sorcerer.
Aspiring sorcerer. They're basically the champions inside the yeah.
Yeah.
And he's doing Glamour of Zinch on this thing, which will be -1 to hit it. What do you need?
I need a 7 for this.
Okay, good luck.
That's
And
a
that's a
6.
6. That's a fail. From over here to the Zangor Shaman, casting Weaver of Fate onto the
Defiler.
Defiler. Okay,
Needing a 6.
that
goes off.
passes. What does that do?
That gives him a +1 to his invuln.
Does it? So he's got 4 up and vulnerable now.
He does.
I like it. That's good. Any more psychic
I
shenanigans?
think that's all I dare.
That's all you dare right now. So he's got +1 in Van, and apart from that, there's no lasting buffs going on.
No.
And you've killed a Primaris Marine and hurt one, injured one. Right, let's go into the shooting phase. Starting with the Mutlith. What are we doing with the Mutlith?
This is his Warp Vortex.
Warp Vortex.
There are 6 possible powers. I
Right.
can pick one and try and cast it, or
Yes.
I can randomise 2. So I'm going to randomise 2.
Okay, cool.
So, first random one is the Beam of Unreality.
Beam of, that sounds painful.
The closest enemy unit within 18 inches of the Mutlith Vortex Beast. So
I'm going to be out of 18-inch range, I'm afraid, because that's a foot and that's a foot. I can tell by the table.
So that beam goes nowhere, back into
Okay.
unreality. Second power,
How powerful is that beam?
it's kind of like a smite. 3
Is it?
dice on a 4 up, you get a mortal wound.
Okay.
Yeah. Second power then,
Is it
is
2?
Chaotic Infusion. I
Yes.
can pick a unit within 9 inches of the Vortex Beast and
Yes.
add 1 to its strength characteristic.
Okay.
So I will pick the Defiler.
Okay.
I'll cast it now. I'll cast it on a 2.
Okay.
Ah!
So you roll to see what you get, and then you need to roll a dice to cast it. You rolled a 1, it didn't cast, and so it doesn't happen. Nothing bad happens when you roll a 1.
No.
So the Mutilith Vortex Beast doesn't do anything in turn 1. You haven't been so lucky this so far.
Psychic phases go 2 ways. This has gone the other way. So
It's gone the other.
Is breathing on the Hellblasters.
Okay, D6 shots,
D6 shots.
and that's 4. And those are auto hits, this flame, right?
They are.
Yep, so,
That's 6.
okay, wounds on 3s. And that's 3 wounds at AP minus.
Minus 2.
How much damage is this?
2 damage.
2 damage, so this will kill Hellblasters. I need, this is this unit here, I need 5s. And 3 Hellblasters die. After the Helldrake kebabbed 3 of my Hellblasters, then the cultists opened up in the middle of the roadway with all their guns. And one of these intercessors was down to 1 wound. He died. They found a weak chink in his armour. And now the Hellbrute, which is tucked over there, can draw line of sight. Placed him very carefully all the way down here to my Redemptor Dread. So we've got a twin las cannon and a missile launcher coming in. What we firing
Last
first?
cannon first.
Okay.
3s to hit. Rerolling 1s.
Rerolling the 1s because you're right next to your dude.
That's right.
Yep.
Yep. Oop,
Okay, they're both hit.
that's a 6.
Yep.
9 strength toughness.
7.
Okay.
1 wound. It's AP -3, so I have a 6 up save, which I make. Brilliant. snbattlereports.com. Check them for the best written battle reports on the interwebs.
And the missile
Thank you,
launcher.
SN. Thank you.
Missile launcher.
3s, hits,
Yes.
and strength 8, toughness 7, 3s. And that wounds, that's AP -2, so I need a 5. I fail, that's D6 damage.
Ooh.
With the big 6. So the last cannon may have missed, with the Redemptor's down to 7 wounds left. Now we're going across to the Defiler, and he's pumping all of his shots into these 2 remaining Hellblasters here, trying to finish them off, trying to score first blood. So what are we firing first?
Start with the battle cannon.
Battle cannon.
Heavy D6.
Nice. And that's a big 5. I like it. But it is heavy, and you moved, so you will be hitting on 5s instead of 4s.
5s, rerolling 1s for the Demon Prince next to him.
Okay, I like it. There's a 1.
Rerolling 1.
And that's 3 hits. Beautiful. This is strength 8, this thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And I'm toughness 4, so you're winning on 2s.
Ooh.
And there's a 1. So 2 wounds, and it's -2?
-2.
-2, so 5 up save on the Hellblasters. I make 1 fail 1.
D3 wounds.
D3. For 2 wounds, you kill 1 more. He's the sergeant, so he's dead.
Okay, it's all on the twin heavy bolter now.
Twin heavy bolter. So 6 shots with the heavy bolter.
5s, rerolling 1s.
Yes. No 1s, and only 2 hits. Strength 5, toughness 4, 3s to wound. They both wound. This could do it. This could be first blood. Have you got any more shooting after this?
That, I think, is it.
So I need to keep him alive to deny first blood. So, and it's -1, so 2 4-up saves. And I make 1. So he's alive on 1 wound left. Yes, that's the end of the shooting phase. This 1,000 Suns force is heavy with psychers, not heavy with guns. I think they're going to be very heavy on the punch as well. So talking about the punch, we've got a charge coming up. Where's the Helldrake going?
I think the Helldrake is going to charge this unit of intercessors.
Okay, let's do some Overwatch off camera, and then you're automatically in because you're very close already. Because of the Captain Lieutenant there, I managed to put a wound on the Helldrake before it comes charging in. It's got 11 wounds left. Now it strikes with how many attacks?
4 attacks, hitting on 3s.
3s, nice. That's 2 hits. Strength?
Strength
I've
is 7.
I've no idea. 3s to wound.
2 wounds.
AP
Minus -1.
-1. So 2 4-up saves. I make 1 fail 1. How much damage does he do?
D3.
D3. He does 2 damage, killing 1 of my intercessors. And then the intercessors piled in, still staying within 6-inch range of the Captain Lieutenant, which means they're re-rolling 1s to hit, re-rolling 1s to wound. And I put 3 wounds back on the Helldrake, so he's down to 8 left. Now that's the very end of turn 1, so I've got some morale to take. These guys lost 2 guys. Typically there'd be leadership 8 with a sergeant, but leadership 9 because they're Ultramarines. And that's the sergeant left of the Hellblaster squad. Fortunately for me, Stylus picked on the combat squad with a sergeant in it. So he's leadership 9, but he lost 4 dudes. And 2 + 4 is 6, so he holds firm. Unfortunately, no first blood for the 1,000 Suns, but they do manage to secure Objective 5, and they are already engaged in combat.
Objective 4.
Objective 4, yes.
5 is the big one there.
That's right, thank you very much. But they're already engaged in combat with the 2nd Company of the 13th, and I still don't know what I'm fighting as they come charging up this roadway. So let's go on to Space Marines. Turn 1. Here are the orders for the 2nd Company. They want to master the warp, just cast a psychic power. No prisoners, kill something, and secure Objective 3. Here we are after the movement phase for the 13th. I just need to score Objective 3 and kill stuff. There is Objective 3. And the Librarian was here. So I advanced him to try and get within 6-inch range of the Helldrake, and then I could cast Null Zone and ignore his invulnerable save. What it would do is no invulnerable saves within 6 inches of the Psyker. And I rolled a 1 for the advance roll. So I spent a command point, and hilarity ensued because I rolled another 1. And so he didn't get within 6 inches of the Helldrake. And the Helldrake's doing exactly what he should be doing, to be fair. I want to throw gun up the table and stop some of these big nasty things coming towards me. But I can't because there's a big Helldrake in front of me. So this unit that were locked in combat have fallen back. They will be able to fire because they're Ultramarines, but a -1 to hit. There's the one remaining Hellblaster there, these guys here. One unit of jumpy dudes coming up and over to lend firepower into the spawn. The Redemptor Dreadnought can see the Helldrake because it's got some big spiky wings. So he stays still. If he moved, he'd be hitting on 4s anyway, so he stayed still. The Assault Hellblasters are within 6-inch range of him. The other unit Hellblasters didn't know what to do with them. I thought about coming in this way, but instead I'm just pushing up and round, trying to take some board control. Made sure that you can't fit a unit of Terminators or some Zangors that are in the warp in here, so they've just pushed up, which pushed the screen further away, further away. Remember that Stylus wants objective 5 twice, so he's going to have to deep strike outside the 9-inch bubble of these guys here, which should stop him getting it for another turn, maybe. So some board control on this side and people moving around to take out this Helldrake on this side, including the Hell aggressors moving in. They only move 5, but I am in 8-inch range with those flamers of hitting that Helldrake automatically. So let's do some psychic stuff. If I cast a psychic power, I get Master of the Warp. And another reason for advancing the Librarian round as well is that means that the 2 reasons. 1, I'm out of denial range, 24-inch denial range. And 2, the smite will hit him rather than just a measly spawn. So let's smite again like we did last summer. I need a 5. And that's an 8. That passes. D3 mortal wounds off the Helldrake. And that's 3. That's nice. He's down to 5 left. This could actually work. I got Mighty Heroes. It's a 12-inch range. Do I want to do that on something? Is anything going to charge me? Let me think. Gonna do Null Zone on him anyway, just in case something drops down here in turn 2 and then charges into the Null Zone range. But I need an 8. And that fails. Starting off the shoot phase and spending a command point on a stratagem called Wisdom of Ancients, which means anyone within 6 inches of this Dreadnought rerolls hit rolls of 1 and he's in range of himself. And I'm going to fire all the guns into the Helldrake. He's on 7 wounds. If he was on 6, he'd be hitting on less. But he's on 7, so he's hitting on his normal ballistic skill, and I'm going to overcharge the big, nasty Macro Plasma Incinerator of Doom. D6 shots for 4 shots. And I'm going to be hitting on 3s. And I'm going to be re-rolling that 1 that could seriously hurt me. And they all hit. Strength 9 versus Toughness 7, wounding on 3s, and I roll 3 1s. 1 5 up and vulnerable save, sir. Which you make. Zinchi symbol. Let's fire all the other guns. Then I did the Stormbolters off camera because I thought I wouldn't be able to get a wound on him, and I did get a wound on him. So 1 more wound off the Helldrake. Icarus Rocket Pod at the Helldrake. It can fly. So it's +1 to hit. And it's D3 shots with the Icarus Rocket Pod, which is 2 shots. So instead of hitting on 3s, I'm hitting on 2s. And I'm re-rolling 1s. So that's 2 hits. And this is strength, looking over my shoulder, 7. Strength 7, toughness 7.
It is.
4's to wound. 1 wound at AP -1.
That's 4 up save.
Yep.
There
Which you make. As soon as I turn the camera on, you start making the saves. How many wounds has he got left?
4 wounds left.
Okay, let's do the Onslaught Gatling Cannon. That's this gun there, heavy 6, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. That one's really cocked. Re-rolling 1s. Okay, so 5 hits. It is strength 5, your toughness 7, so 5's to wound. 2 wounds at AP -1, sir.
4 up saves. 1 through 1. How many wounds?
Just 1. So he's down to 3 wounds left. Right, moving on. I'm going to fire this unit of Assault Plasma Incinerators into this squad of Thousand Suns here. We have checked you are in line of sight and range, and I'm going to get to re-roll 1s because of the Wisdom of the Ancients, Fury thingy bob.
Wisdom of the Ancients. Wisdom
of the Ancients, thank you very much. So let's pull the trigger on them. Stylus, what does all
is dust.
All is dust. What is that one again?
What is dust is all the rubrics and the Terminators are just ash cans now, so you can shoot them, and anything that's damage 1 gives them a +1 to their armour. Okay, so because they're in this terrain, I get +1, and I get +1 if... So I'm going to overcharge. Let's do some overcharging. Fire all these one at a time. So the first guy hits on 3s, second guy hits on 3s, third guy hits on 3s. Everything's hit so far. Fourth guy, re-roll the 1 please, hits on 3s, and the last guy, everything hit. The Assault Plasma Incinerator is a strength 6, this gets me up to strength 7.
So toughness 4, yeah, so 3s to wound. I get that many wounds. That's 8 wounds at AP -4 and 2 damage each. So it's just your invuns, right? These guys have invuns.
They have invuns of 5 up and all his less effects invuns too. So the 5
Does it?
becomes a 4 up, yeah. Any saving throw.
But these are damage 2 now, so it's just a strict 5 up.
Don't get to be dusty. How many hits was that? 8?
8, yes.
That's not good.
No, it is good. It was very good.
That's 8 hits then, needing 5.
Oh, you did really well. Did you only lose 2?
Lost 4.
4? There's one guy
Just the
left in
sorcerer
there.
left.
Just the sorcerer. Alright, let's move along. Right, there's one guy left up there. And plasma incinerators are 30-inch range. So this one lone sergeant hero, which is 28-inch ranges away, is going to shoot at him. He will overcharge as well, because there's a captain lieutenant right next to him. So hitting on 3s. And strength 8. So I'm wounding on 2s. And they both wound. So 2 fire up and runs. And you make 1, fail 1, and that sorcerer dies, and that is first blood as that gantry gets bathed in plasma fire. Now this squad of Hellblasters got more than one target, so there's a squad of assault plasma incinerators hanging out on the wing there, and the only thing they can really hit is the Helldrake. So let's fire them first, and because they're not supported, I'm not going to do any of the reroll shenanigans. But assault plasma incinerators fire twice, so 10 shots coming in at that Helldrake, hitting on 3s. And these are strength 6 weaponry. You are toughness 7, so I need 5s to wound. And ow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 wounds. I got 6 wounds in. AP -4, so you need 6 5 up and vulnerable saves. Only 3 wounds left to get through. And the Helldrake falls.
Does he explode?
Don't explode, please. He doesn't explode. 2 units down. When this turn began, I thought there's no way I'm going to be able to kill 3 units, because if I kill 3 units in this turn, I get D3 points for no prisoners. But now I'm thinking I'm going to be able to kill 3 units. That surprises me. This unit of Ultramarines that fell back, this unit of 4, are going to unload into the spawn. Because I fell back, I'm hitting on 4s. And there is a reroll because of the captain, but I didn't get any 1s. Strength 4, toughness 5 of spawn, I believe, so it's 5s to wound. 2 wounds, AP -1 on spawn. 6s.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. They have 3 wounds each, don't they?
They have 4 wounds each.
They have 4 wounds each. Nice. Then we've got this unit of 4 in front, which are going to fire at them. These guys didn't fall back, so I will just unload with the other guns. Praying to kill 3 targets here. Praying to the Emperor, in fact. That's what they're doing. 5s to wound. Rerolling those ones. And that is only 1 more wound.
-1.
-1.
Saved.
Saved. 6 wounds to get through. Right, I moved this unit of jumpy dudes around just for this point. They've got 6 shots each with their assault bolters, so that's a lot of firepower going in. And I'm rerolling 1s because I'm right next to the Dreadnought. So 24 shots, hitting on 3s. And rerolling 1s. 16 hits got through with a reroll. That's strength 5 versus toughness 5. So 4s to wound. Oh dear. So 16 hits but only 5 wounds. -1 AP, so you need to fail every single one, I think.
6s.
And you make 2. So that wasn't very successful. He's down to 3 wounds left. I've got this unit of intercessors here, though, right next to objective 1, so they'll fire in. They hit on 3s, and they wound on 5s. 2 more wounds at AP -1. 2 more 6-up saves.
No.
It's down to 1 wound left, and then my captain will fire his AP -2 bolt gun version. It's a heavy. I'm moved, so he's hitting on 3s, which hits. Strength 4. Doesn't wound. My lieutenant will do the same thing. He'll be hitting on 4s because it's heavy. And he misses. And that means I'm going to have to fire some Hellblasters at him, because the only thing I've got left is Hellblasters. I know bolt pistol from the Libby. Hits. Doesn't wound. Yes, I'm going to have to fire some Hellblasters at him. Yeah, so let's fire 1 aggressor at the spawn because I'm in rapid fire range to him, and the other 4 at this thing with a boosted invuln. So let's do the rapid fire aggressor. I'm overcharging everything. 3s to hit. They both hit, and it's strength 8, so it's 3s to wound. And I re-roll 1s. Don't I've got to do this. Got to do this.
Shall not cheat fate.
He's still alive. So I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll this dice. I need a 3 up to get D3 points. Oh no, Zinch, what are you doing to me? What was that?
You called them aggressors, not hellblasters, so
Did I?
they took it personally. They didn't shoot properly.
They definitely took it personally. They decided, no, we're going to miss. Oh no, that was D3. I suppose I could still charge in with the intercessors. I could do that. That's a long charge though. Anyway, let's fire the 4 shots over there and re-roll the 1. And one of the Hellblasters dies. Brilliant. Strength 8, toughness of a Defiler. That's the one.
7.
7. 3's to wound. See, they wound. 2 4 up and vulnerable saves. And you make them both. So this unit of Hellblasters do absolutely nothing. Brilliant. I'm going to need to charge then. You can't overwatch. Let's charge with these guys because I want them dead. No prisoners is kill them in any phase. That's a 7. And this is where they end up after the charge. And then pile in, and I've got 11 attacks. Primaris Marines have 2 attacks each, plus there's the Sergeant there, so that's 11 attacks. I'm hitting on 3s, and if I kill this, I get D3 points instead of 1 point, and I'll probably roll a 1 on the D3. So hitting on 3s, that's a really good spread of hits. 10 out of 11 hits. So 5's to wound. I couldn't wound him at all last turn. And now I wound him once. Just once. Command point. Because you've got a 5 up save, right?
I do.
I'm going to have to command point this. Because I need him dead. And I fail it. So I'll spend another command point. Don't roll a 5.
So I got to make a 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You make a 5. He is destined not to fall. Spawn hits back. So we roll a d3, find out what he does. And he does what?
He has toxic hemorrhage. I can re-roll failed wound rolls.
Nice. And isn't it d3 attacks or
D6
something?
attacks.
D6 attacks.
So another 6 would be nice.
So 1 attack.
Okay.
Hitting on a...
Hitting on a 4.
Right.
On a 4.
Okay.
Wounding, which I can re-roll, a strength 5. So
Right. Oh, you can wound me.
And it's -2.
-2.
Damage 2.
I make it. So these guys smack each other in the middle of the roadway. No damage caused whatsoever. And that's the end of turn 1 for the Space Marines. The second company failed to kill this spawn. So only get a point for no prisoners, a point for mastering the warp, and a point for first blood. So it's 3 points to 1. And because these guys charged forward, mistakes were made. I'm now beyond 3 inches at the centre of Objective 3, so I don't score Objective 3. So their blood was up. They saw destruction and chaos in front of them and people dying, and they thought, we need to destroy that. We need to block the roadway. And off they went wheeling in. And not only did they fail to kill that spawn, but they left the objective behind. I'm blaming them, not my own stupid tactical decisions. So it's 3 points to 1 in favour of the Imperium. Let's go on to Chaos Space Marines. Turn 2. So here are the objectives for the Thousand Suns. They still want to secure that mission critical objective number 5, and they want to assassinate, kill a character. Here we are after the movement phase for the Thousand Suns, and mistakes were made. There was a unit of 4 intercessors, and 4 intercessors left when I came charging forward, and one from that squad jumped into this squad and came charging forward. We were once renegades, so clearly he wasn't listening to the shouts from his captain behind. But I didn't kill the spawn anyway, so it doesn't change anything. And what's happening here is Stylus needs to control Objective 5 twice. And there it is. And this spawn is 4 inches away. So he's moved out of combat. But his warlords come jumping forward, and with warp time successfully cast, if you manage to pull it off, all he needs to do is move 1 more inch, and you'll score Objective 5 twice. So not only does this spawn stop me getting D3 points, but it might get 2 points for you. It's like Zinch planned it all along. I think that's brilliant. In order to do that, the cultist screen came running forward. They advanced all the way up the table to screen the warlord. The other cultist screen jumping up and onto the gantry there with the hellbrute staying back there. This guy with the headache needs some healing. So this unit of Thousand Suns, which were behind the silo, have ran all the way across to heal him. And with your plus 6-inch range, with the Tzeentch thing, Thousand Suns thing, you're now in Healy range for this guy, and you could potentially, after with a spell, put D3 wounds back on him. So that's what's going up here, and that was very interesting. And then the Shaman jumped forward, and these guys teleported in or came bundling out of the warp there. And I thought about spending 2 points for Auspex scan so I could shoot them, but I realised that there were still some Terminators in the pocket still. And the Terminators then popped in here, and that was the end of the movement phase. And now I'm spending 2 points on Auspex scan because these Terminators are going to annihilate my Hellblasters. So my Hellblasters need to shoot at them first. And these guys with the bows and arrows. Bows and arrows. They're magical bows and arrows.
Fatecaster bows.
Fatecaster bows have jumped around there. 24-inch range Fatecaster bows. So they can fire as well. So as we look across the line, the Thousand Suns have got ball control. They are at the halfway point all the way across. 13th are pushed back here. I've still got a unit of jumpy dudes in my pocket though. But this psychic phase should be a lot more painful than the previous psychic phase because there's a lot more in range. However, as I mentioned, did spend 2 points for Auspex scan on these guys. So now I can fire at them a unit that arrived from reserve. It'll be -1 to hit them though. So if I overcharge my guns, I'll be getting hots on 1s and 2s. So let's not overcharge. But that'll mean they're damage 1 weapons, which means your All is Dust gets your 5 up and bun to a 4 up and bun.
It does.
So I need to get really, really lucky here. Okay, Emperor, are you with me? 4s to hit. Not really. That one was cocked. I re-rolled, got a 1, so he got 3 hits. Strength 6, 3s to wound. I do get all the wounds in, so 3, 4 up and vulnerable saves. And you do fail 2. They've got 2 wounds each, so I did kill 1 when they came jumping in. So that worked-ish. Now we're going to go on to the psychic phase.
So the Demon Prince is going to cast Gaze of Fate.
Gaze of Fate, okay.
Extra reroll. Need a 6 for this.
That's a 6.
That gets me an extra reroll, so that's in addition to a command point one.
Okay.
Now for the important one, with warp time.
So Gaze of Fate gets you what? What does it do?
I can reroll a single dice during my turn.
Okay, in the psychic turn.
No, in this entire turn.
In the entire turn, you get to re-roll a dice, right? Okay. What are you doing now?
If I had enough psychics, I'd give him Kabbalistic Focus, which is more power, but I don't. I've only got 1 there. So
Okay.
just warp time. He's a High Magister, so I get a +1.
Is that why you did the re-roll thing first?
Yeah, well, in case perils, always start off with Gaze of Fate.
Always start with Gaze of Fate. Right, so he's doing warp time on the spawn.
I need a 6, so it technically needs a 5.
Right.
And roll it.
Yes. Oh no.
I think I'll be using Gaze of Fate.
Gaze of Fate, re-roll. And that's a 6, it
Even
passes.
denial
So
range.
that's why you did Gaze of Fate first. Well, yeah, am I in 24-inch range? And I'm only going to need a 7 to beat him. And that'll stop you getting 2 points.
Unless I want to use a command point to re-roll a 1.
Let's find out if you're in deny first.
Okay. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll the other dice.
Yes.
To make a better score. So that's
So that's a 9. So now I'm going to need a 10 to deny
You
that.
need an 11 because he's got a +1 being a High Magister.
Okay, I won't deny it. Your spawn can move an extra couple of inches and on to objective 5. Tzeentch wanted it all along. Stylus breathing a sigh of relief there. Down to 5 command points on the Thousand Suns. I've got 4 command points left. What are we doing next, sir?
Temporal Manipulation. I'm going to turn back time and make those wounds as if they never happened.
Okay.
Okay, I need a 6 for this. That still happened. It's a 5.
That's a 5.
That did not happen.
That didn't happen, so he keeps his headache because you've already done your re-roll. You've done a command re-roll and you've done your re-roll from the Demon Prince.
I do. So he's going to have to risk a bigger headache and he's going to try and cast Prescience on the Hellbrute.
Hellbrute. Is that re-roll to hit or is that +1 to hit?
It is +1.
Okay.
So I'm going to need a 7 for this and no perils.
And that's definitely. So the Hellbrute will have a plus to his casting, a plus to his shooting. I like it.
Let's try something devastating now. Tzeentch's Firestorm. This
Devastating.
Is a newly arrived Terminator.
Right.
He belongs to the Pyre cult, so he's good at fire.
Okay.
He needs a 7 to cast this. It is any unit within 18 inches, or
Right.
24 because of that, which I'm picking the Hellblasters.
I would.
I roll 9 dice, and any 6s are mortal wounds.
So do you need to cast first?
First need to cast it.
Yes.
7.
And that's an 8, so that casts.
Right.
I don't think I can. You're all the way over there.
Okay.
And so it's 9 dice, and any what 6s cause mortal
It
wounds.
says rely on me rolling 6s, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if it works, it really works. If it doesn't work,
It's failed to work about a dozen times. So I'm due.
okay, you're due. Right. And you get 1 6.
I get 1 6.
You do a wound on the Hellblasters. You said that was devastating.
It's as good as a smite, but it's more fun.
Okay. From there to the Demon Prince doing what of what?
Treason of Zinch. I am going to try and corrupt your lieutenant and turn him onto my side.
Really?
I need an 8 for this, and then I need to beat his leadership. So
Okay.
We'll see.
That's a
I
perils.
got no more rerolls. So
No. So D3 mortal wounds on your.
3.
See what happens when you try to corrupt the Emperor's finest. You get another headache.
The shaman is now going to look after his flock. He will cast
Yeah. Okay.
Maneuver of Fates on a 6.
Okay.
There's a 7.
That's a
Stop
7.
it.
Do I want to try? And that gets their Invan up.
From a 5 up to a 4 up.
Okay, so I need an 8. My Libby is in range. Let's try and deny the witch. I deny you. I do deny you. So their Invan is still at a 4, 5. 5 up Invan. My psychic power thing, that worked. And your psychic power thing, not working.
Not so much.
Your HQ then.
I may need to take that wound back. That's not yours.
Oh
that's mine.
yes, that's the Spawn's wound.
Yep.
Yeah, keep that with you.
Where's it gone?
Okay, so the HQ smiting, and that's a 9, so that'll do D3 mortal wounds on the intercessors that are right in front of him. Holy fire, unholy fire, ripples down the roadway and injures one of the Primaris Marines, but does not kill him.
Some 2s and 2s saved.
Any more?
That is everything.
See, this psychic phase so far for you has not been great. You're
Well-
getting headaches, you've done perils. Mind you, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
You're happy with
I've
that?
got prescience here. There's always something to get in the psychic phase.
Always something
No
to
one
get.
leaves empty-handed.
Okay. Right, so starting off with the Mutilith one more time. Start the shooting phase.
Randomise his powers. First
Yes.
power is a 1. That's a warp flare. Each enemy unit within 9 inches suffers a mortal wound.
That'd be him. So he's dead. Does it have to
I
cast
have
to go?
to cast it
All right.
first. On a 2 up, it happens. It happens.
It happens. He dies.
He dies.
Warp
And
flare.
the second crazy power is 4,
4.
which is ephemeral touch. Pick a unit within 9 inches. Improve the AP of all melee weapons.
Okay.
And improve their AP.
Okay.
It's -1. It's now -2.
Okay. And that needs to cast as well.
That needs to
doesn't it?
cast.
Okay.
There we go.
So they're AP -2 all of a sudden.
They are.
The way I see it is the one that jumped into that squad, he deserved to die. He ran off on his own. He shouldn't have gone running forward. Right, so now we're going to do some regular shooting. Your Hellbrute stayed still this turn, which is interesting.
He did.
These Angors can shoot then, can they? Or that +1 to their AP is just melee?
Just their melee.
They don't have any guns?
They have no guns.
Phew.
Just their blades.
Okay. Where are we going to start the shooting phase?
Let's try the Hellbrute again.
Hellbrute.
Now shooting back at the Dreadnought again.
Okay, right.
But he's gone 2s to hit now because he's got prescience and he's re-rolling 1s for the Lord next to him.
Okay.
So las cannons first.
Twin las cannons. 2s.
2
Nice. 3s to wound.
2 wounds.
That both wound. 6s to save. And I don't save any this time. 2d6. He's only got 7 wounds left. And that is a dead Redemptor Dreadnought. Does it blow up?
Ooh.
It blows up. And I am within 6-inch range of the Hellblasters and the jumpy dudes. So I'm going to spend one of my command points, going down to 3 command points left, to not blow up. And I still blow up. Right, I'll let Starless injure my guys. So the Hellblasters, 1 wound. And the jumpy dudes, 3 wounds. Okay, so 1.5 die here. And when the smoke clears, there's a Redemptor-shaped gap there. Now we're going across here to the Hellbrute. And you spent Defiler, and you spent a point on Demon Forge,
Demon Forge,
which is reroll a hit and reroll a wound, right?
Oh, that's right.
What are you doing with him?
I'm going to shoot everything at the aggressors.
Okay.
Beginning with the battle cannon.
Right, number of shots.
6 shots.
6 shots. Force to hit
Re-rolling.
with the reroll because of Demon Forge. 5 hits.
4 hits.
4 hits. Strength 8.
Strength 8.
Toughness 5 on aggressors. So 3s to wound.
Re-rolling these 2.
Yep. 2 wounds so far. You convert that to 4 wounds.
Yep.
AP minus.
AP -2.
AP -2 on the aggressors. So 5 up saves. And I make 2 fail 2.
Okay.
How much damage?
D3. So the
D3.
first one
Kills 1.
Second one.
Kills 1. You killed 2 aggressors. No problem.
Okay.
And then there's a twin heavy bolter.
Twin heavy bolter coming in.
Okay. 4s to hit.
Rerolling these ones.
Yes.
Four
Oh,
spread.
they hit. Strength 5, toughness 5.
4s rerolling.
3 wounds so far. With the reroll,
It's 5 to save.
5 wounds. That Demon Forge is very handy. AP -1, right?
It is.
So 5 4-up saves. And one of the aggressors stands on 1 wound left, miraculously. The Emperor protects. Right, moving along the line to these guys with bows and arrows. Bows and arrows firing in at the incestuous squad. What have they got, these bows?
They have assault 2.
So they can fire 2 bows.
They fire 2 bows.
Fire one.
Rapid fire.
Rapid firing
One at a
bows.
time. Okay, so they will hit on 3s.
Yes. Nice.
And
5
6
hits.
is auto wound.
Do they?
They do.
6 is also wound.
So just
And
these
what?
to wound strength 5.
Okay, so 3's to wound.
And
So-
it's a 3 to save at -2 or -1 AP.
-1 AP. Nice. Okay, so 3 4-up saves.
Yep.
And those bows and arrows kill one of the intercessors.
Um,
These guys can come in squads of more than 3, right?
They can.
They seem pretty awesome to me. With 6's auto wounding at AP -1. How many points are they?
That's like 50. Something
50 points a
ridiculous.
do
Yeah.
for one guy.
Oh no, for the unit.
50 for 3.
Yeah.
I'd get more of them. They seem quite good. They're mobile. They've got an invulnerable save. I like them.
With a shaman next to them, they auto wound on 5s.
Do they?
Prescience, they auto wound on 4s.
So after bow and arrows, we go with bullets. 3 combi bolters coming in here, Reaper auto cannon, and Hellfire missile racks as the occult terminators unload into the Hellblasters. So where are we starting first? Is
Rapid
this...
fire combi bolters.
Okay, so they're rapid fire 2, right?
Yep.
So this is a lot of shots coming in,
Hitting on 3s.
hitting on 3s, and that's quite a lot of misses. Only 4 hits,
Wounding on 4s.
winning on 4s, but 3 wounds, AP -2, right?
-2.
Because of their infernal ammunition stuff forged in the warp. So 5-up saves, and you do kill a Hellblaster and a half. What's going next?
Going next is the Soul Reaper cannon. It's heavy, but Orders Dust ignores that.
Does it?
Yep. So
Nice.
hitting on 3s.
Yes.
A few 1s this time. Another couple of 1s.
Yeah, only 2 hits. Strength.
5.
Okay. 2 wounds.
-3 AP.
These are -3 AP. 1 was already wounded,
He
I
was.
think. Yeah, dead.
And now the missile rack.
Missile rack.
Heavy 2.
Heavy 2.
2 hits.
2 hits. Strength.
8.
Okay. 2 wounds.
-2 AP.
-2 AP, so I need 5s. I make 1. How much damage does this
It
do?
is D3.
Does it?
It does.
Okay.
Use your dice.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Does.
sticking with mine.
Yeah. Thank you, dice. I have to say, I was very scared of those Terminators, but now I'm more scared of those bow guys jumping around all over the place. So the hammer has now dropped in. That's all the shooting phase. That's all the psychic shenanigans going on. Yeah, now we're on to the charge phase. Right, so in the charge phase, the Zangors that just materialised out of the warp declared a charge against these intercessors and the aggressor. Now the range of the flamer on the aggressors is 8 inches, and I'm out of the range to actually overwatch these guys because it's a 10 inches to get in on the aggressors, 9 inches on the intercessors. I did me overwatch with the intercessors, didn't do anything, so let's see how far you managed to get in.
Intercessors as well.
They're Hellblasters.
Hellblasters.
You want me to shoot with them?
Can I charge them as well then? Just
Okay.
in case they get
Let's do
more.
overwatching on camera, 36-inch range. I've got some re-rolling.
Okay.
No, actually the front squad are intercessors. Front squad are our intercessors and the captain lieutenant here. 6 to hit and it's toughness 4, you say?
Yes.
So 4 to wound. I do wound, 5 of them burn.
I make it.
No, you make it. Right, I don't know how far the charge is on them, but let's see how far you managed to
So
get.
9 for him.
Yes.
10 for him.
Yes.
Their Brayhorn gives them +1 to the charge.
Does it?
So 8 and 9.
Nice. And that's a 10.
Lovely.
Then Starless choosing not to charge in with the Terminators, and the Zangors end up like this before the pile-in. And this is where the Zangors end up after the pile-in, tailing back because it's +1 to hit with him,
+1 to hit.
with a Shaman. So you ended up with 6 in on the Intercessors here. When they charged, they then piled into the closest squad, the ones in the middle, and we've got 2 managed to get through into this squad, and then 5 in on the aggressor over there. So strung all the way across the lines. I don't know what these guys do. So let's find out in the fight phase. This is a very weird charge. Have you seen that video on deploymentzone.tv?
I did. I learned from my Winter's Top Tips.
Winter's Top Tips available on deploymentzone.tv. Right, now let's fight.
Now let's fight. I'll begin with spending another command point.
Yes.
Give them Veterans of the Long War.
Veterans of the Long
They
War.
are somehow Veterans of the Long War.
But they're already hitting on 2s, right? Oh, that's to wound. Yeah. I like it. So shall we do over here? Because you select a unit, I can't interrupt. That whole unit will do all of its attacks on these 3 units before I even do anything. So we've got 6 on this. How many attacks do they have each?
They have 2 attacks each.
2 attacks each. Zangors are pretty good. So 12 attacks, typically hitting on 3s because of him hitting on 2s, right?
Indeed.
Okay, yes please. And there's 3 1s.
4 ones.
So their strength what?
They are Strength 4.
But they're strength 4 and toughness 4. Brilliant. And they're veterans. So now they're wounding on 3s instead of 2s. So that's 4 wounds on these guys up here. 4 3-up saves, unless it's AP minus anything.
-2.
It is -2.
For the weapons is -1. The Mutalith gave them another -1.
Oh yeah, you're right. So they are -2. 5-up saves. I fail every single one. You kill 2 Space Marines. Looks like this. Now over here, this guy's the leader, right? So he's got an extra attack.
Yes.
Okay, he's hitting this squad of intercessors.
2s again.
Yep.
And then
4 hits, and then 3s to wound. And that all wounds, 4 wounds, so 4 5-up saves. I make 2 saves this time, so only 1 in that squad dies. Is he a sergeant? He's not a sergeant. I take him away. And then we've got the 5 on the aggressors. So that's 10 attacks on the aggressor. 2s to hit. Aggressor. That's what Americans say. 3, 1 hit floor. Okay, so that was 9 hits. 9 times. Bueller. Your strength 4, toughness 5, 5s to wound, 4s to wound with veterans. 4 wounds? I see 4 wounds. I see dead people. 4 wounds at -2, so 4 5-up saves. He's got 1 wound left, and the aggressor falls. Then Stylus consolidated a little bit. He could consolidate. When you consolidate, you pick a model and consolidate towards the closest model. So these guys came this way a little bit. He chose not to consolidate into them because he didn't declare them as a target of the charge. And I would get to fight back. And then because I'm Ultramarines, I'd get to fall back in my phase and shoot him anyway. So choosing not to pull them into combat. Now it's my turn. I will activate this unit. He'll pile in. We will fight. He's the sergeant, so there's 5 attacks there in total. And I'm hitting on 3s. And I get 4 hits. And I'm strength 4, you're toughness 4 for some strange reason. And we're winning on 4s. And I get 4 wounds. 4 5-up in buns because you failed your psychic power. Or rather, I denied you.
And that's 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
1 each.
They've only got 1 each.
Yeah.
For a moment there, I thought he was going to tell me they're more than 1 each. And then I need to find out whether that guy in this squad is a sergeant. I need to check his knee pads because the knee pad guys are sergeant. White knee pads, yeah, he's a sergeant. So I have 5 attacks back this way as well. You don't have to put it on your guy. You can.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the leader. So I'll strike back on 3s. And these guys are in range of my captain lieutenant. So I do get to re-roll that 1. So I get 4 hits as well with this squad. And I am wounding on 4s. And I get 3 wounds and 3 5-up saves.
Make them all.
And you make them all. Because morale would have been a thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's the end of the fight phase. That's the end of everything phase. We've got some morale to do. I did lose 3 in that squad because the guy jumped in. Their leadership 9 because of Ultramarines. Actually 6 plus. If I rolled a 6 plus the 3, that'd have been fine. They'd have been fine. You killed the aggressors. How many Zangors did you lose?
I lost 3.
3. What's their leadership?
Is 7.
Is it?
Yes, they're quite happy.
Okay. 5 plus 3 is 8. You're going to lose 1 more to morale. Unless you want to spend a command point.
Not for one.
And then we just remembered off camera that you've got the command point farm thing and you haven't been command point farming any of my stuff. I've spent 6 command points so far. So roll 6 dice, and on 5s and 6s you can have my command points.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
It's 2 back.
2 back, which puts you were on 3 as well. That puts you back up to 5. So that's the end of turn 2 for the Thousand Suns, with the Zangors beginning to rampage through the second company's deployment zone. Now, you didn't assassinate a character, but this favoured spawn of Zinch did manage to get onto objective 5 over here and get you 2 victory points. So it's 3 points to 3 at the end of turn 2, and you've wiped out my Redemptor Dreadnought. You've killed the aggressor that was stood over there, and I'm pushed right back into my deployment zone. So now we're going to have to find out how the second company respond. Let's go on to Space Marines. Turn 2. It's 3 points to 3, and here are the orders for the 13th. Secure objective 3, which I left behind last turn, and Supremacy. If I get any 3 objectives, I'll get D3 points. And for the Emperor, an infantry or biker unit just has to make a charge. Here we are after my movement phase, and the last unit of jumpy dudes have come in from the sky, and I have got 3 objectives, so we'll get D3 points for Supremacy, unless I do something really stupid like charging. The unit that were here jumped up and onto this objective. The Hellblasters moving forward, and they're not troops, but I do outnumber that spawn on that objective now. So that's 2 objectives, and then these guys that were in assault have fallen back, so that's 3 objectives, and there's objective 3 that they should have got last turn. So there's 3 objectives. The other squad also fell back out of combat. I've put them side on, as you can see, back to back, so I can tell which one is in which squad now. That makes perfect sense. And then I can shoot into these guys, and whoever doesn't die in the Zangors then potentially charge them. Captain Lieutenant here with the Librarian. So that's my command structure. Scarab Cult Terminators are very slow. They only move 4 inches. They're slow like Death Guard Terminators. They stumble around all over the place, right?
They do.
Armour is full of dust. So the Hellblasters did the heroic thing and backed up, because those Terminators have all got power swords, and I don't want to be hit by electrically charged energy weapons. I'd rather not get smacked in the face by a lightsaber. I'd rather pull back. So that's what's going on over here. Lots and lots of dagger, get Supremacy, get objective 3, and then when I was moving stuff around, I noticed the sorcerers there. So I thought, if I kill the cultists, which I can, I've got lots and lots of firepower, then anything on this side of the board, on my right flank, so long as that spawn dies, will be able to nail his warlord, because his warlord's hanging out there. So the unit of guys here that got hit by some shrapnel when the Redemptor Dreadnought blew up, jumped up and over to join the other unit of jumpy dudes. And now all I need to do essentially is kill that unkillable spawn, and then all of the shots coming in at this angle, so long as those cultists are dead, will hit that warlord. So a potential for slaying the warlord here, which took me by surprise halfway through the movement phase, and has probably taken you by surprise as well.
The spawn will stand.
The spawn, he cannot.
He was spawned on the 4th of July.
He will not bend. Right, let's go on to the psychic phase. Right, let's start off with Null Zone. I need an 8 from Malibi. And that fails. And he might as well smite. There's no point in Might of Heroes. And that's a 5. You need a 6 to beat. Yeah. And you denied it.
Shall not master the warp.
I shall not master the warp. You've definitely got warp presence on this battle grid. I mean, you'd be spilling out of the warp as it goes. So this squad of Hellblasters are going to unload on that spawn. There's no point in overcharging because you've only got 1 wound left. I'm not in rapid fire, but I made sure when I moved them around that they are 6 inches away from the captain and the lieutenant. So let's kill the spawn, the unkillable spawn, with plasma fire. 3s to hit, and this is strength 7, 3s to wound. They all wound at AP -4. I think that's a dead spawn. Yay. I didn't like him much, Stylus.
Oh dear.
I didn't like him. So now this unit of 5 jumpy dudes, which is a lot of shots, is 30 shots, is going to unload into these cultists. And I'm re-rolling hit rolls of 1 and re-rolling wound rolls of 1. And the Hellblasters managed to pour 18 wounds into the cultists at AP -1, and they have a 6-up save. And they just were smeared all over that roadway. They have been annihilated. Which means now my right flank is going to pick on the warlord. So firing with your jumpy dudes, the 1-up by objective 6 is out of range, only 18-inch range with assault bolters. So these 3 guys are firing in at the warlord, but this is 18 shots. I am hitting on 3s. No rerolls this time. 13 hits for the 13th. And these are strength 5. What toughness are you on a disc?
Toughness 5.
Toughness 5 on a
Toughness
disc.
4, sorry, toughness 4.
It doesn't give him +1 toughness.
It does not.
Interesting, still toughness 4. So wounding on 3s. That was 10 wounds at AP -1. Does he have all his dust as well?
He does not, he's not dusty.
Doesn't he?
He's about to be quite holy.
So he's still skinny. He's still got bones on him and skin. And so at AP -1, these are 4-up saves, right? You did pretty well.
1, 2, 3 wounds.
3 wounds. So he's got a few left to get through. How
2
many
wounds left.
2 wounds left to get through. So now I've got the second unit of jumpy dudes down there, and they will fire at him as well. These guys came weaving through the silo there as they saw the enemy warlord approach. 18 shots again, hitting on 3s. Not as good this time. 11 hits, 3s to wound. And how many did I do? How many? I'm quite keen to find out. 7. So 7 4-up saves with 2 wounds left, or we're going to be looking at Slay the Warlord here. Good luck, sir.
That's 1, 2,
yeah.
3, and 1 in the corner.
Well,
That's
the
him
Warlord
dead.
has now fallen. So fire erupts from the gantries. The cultists fall, the sorcerer falls. He was the one that knew warp time as well. This roadway getting smeared with blood. Now the Hellblasters might as well fire in at that Mutilith Vortex Beast. And because it's only strength 6 weaponry, I didn't overcharge. And because he has an invulnerable save, I only took 2 wounds off of him. He's got 12 wounds left. So that's my entire right flank fired. Now these 2 units that fell back are going to fire into the Zangors along with this squad of intercessors here. All of these strength 4 AP -1 shots into the Zangors. Of course, these guys are going to be firing at ballistic skill -1 because they fell back. Everyone here has got a re-roll. Let's do this off camera and find out how many Zangors are left at the end. And the captain, lieutenant and librarian joined in with their bolt pistols as well, and I only killed 4. So that was remarkably unsuccessful. I was going to shoot the Hellblasters at this squad of Zangors over here. But Zangors? Scarab Occult Terminators. Sorry, buddies. I know you're elite. I didn't mean to call you simple Zangors. I was going to shoot them at them. But I need to charge a squad. And this is the squad I'm charging. And I really don't want to charge this squad because they're still going to be hitting on 2s. And you'll probably play veterans. So I'm going to have to shoot... Yeah, I'm going to have to shoot the Hellblasters in at these angles and try and whittle them down even more. So this squad will fire in as well. They hit on 3s. These are the Assault 2 plasmas. And their strength 6. So I'm wounding on 3s. 4 wounds. 4 5-up saves. And you make 3 of them. So only 5 of them die. They took a... Maybe to... See, do I really want to charge them? Mind you, if I don't charge you, you're going to charge me. So I have to charge you. So that's the end of the shooting phase. So this squad that didn't fall back will charge in. Oh, there's one last Hellblaster there. The guy from that other squad.
Yep.
He'll fire as well. He hits on 3s and he's strength 7. He wounds on 3s.
Good for him.
And he kills 1 more. Right, now I'm going to charge. And this squad will charge in and their lone Hellblaster, he might as well charge in. Let's charge. This is where we end up after the charge phase. The Hellblaster got in and this squad of 4 intercessors. So that's 9 attacks because one of them's a sergeant. I made sure I'm still within 6 and 6 of these guys when I charged them in. So it's hitting on 3s against the Zangors, re-rolling 1s because of the captain's aura. And wounding on 4, strength 4 versus toughness 4. And re-rolling 1s because of the lieutenant's aura. So that's 4 wounds on your Zangors. Okay. These guys, when they get their 4-up and vulnerable save going, must be really tough.
They are. 2 more gone.
2 more guns. Now the Hellblaster Sergeant needs to fight unless you want to pay to interrupt. He's only got 3 attacks.
He can have his way.
He can have his way with you. Re-rolling that 1. So 2 hits. And 1 wound. Which you fail. Some Zangors are dropping like it's hot. That's the end of my charging units. Now they get to fight back. Now we've selected the Zangors to fight, and there's one guy stat out there, which Stylus chose not to pile in. You don't have to you don't have to pile in every single model that you have. Some piled in here, 3 on there, 3 on there. But he's left that model out there. He didn't move him. So technically this unit is still within range of the shaman.
He is. He's
Shaman.
relaying his encouragement.
Yes.
Back there.
He's shouting at him, and he's shouting at these guys to hit better. And he spent another command point on veterans one more time.
I did.
I like it. So 3 on the Hellblaster, 3 on them. Which one are we doing first?
Do the Hellblaster.
Okay.
So we'll hit him on 2s.
Yes. And your extra dude is in there, so you've got the extra attack.
Yeah.
So 5 hits.
Wounding on 3s.
Wounding on 3s with the veterans.
That's
4 wounds on the Hellblaster.
I should check whether their -1 is still in play.
-1. That's psychic power.
End of the turn. So
Okay. So this is just -1 now, not -2.
correct.
The Hellblaster's alive and 1 wound left. And then 3 on this other squad.
Yep, 2.
So 6 attacks. They all hit. Nice.
3s.
And only 3 wounds. 3 4-up saves on the intercessors. And 1 of them does fall. And that's the end of the fight phase. We're now onto the morale phase. How many Zangors did you lose?
I lost 9 Zangor.
9. With leadership 7. So you're losing 2 plus D6. Unless you spend them command points. Insane bravery. What are you thinking?
I think they're insane.
You think they're insane? So spending 2 command points to keep them alive. You got a couple of command points off me for free anyway, so you might as well burn them. And yeah, I like it. Right, that's the end of turn 2 for the second company, and that was remarkably successful. I made a successful charge and got objective 3. So there's 2 points. And I got supremacy. 1, 2, 3 objectives. And I got slay the warlord. So we're getting objective 3 and making a charge and slaying the warlord is 3 points. That makes it 6 points to 3, plus I get an extra D3. Are you nervous?
I trust in fate.
You trust in fate. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm going to roll a 1, watch. No, I rolled a 2. So that's 5 points this turn. So the second company are 5, a hefty 5 points in the lead, but I'm still pushed back. The Thousand Suns still have significant ball control, and this fight is a long way from over. Here are the orders for the Thousand Suns. After seeing the 13th take Objective 3, they want to take it back off of them and defend Objective 3. Overwhelming firepower. If it kills a unit in the shooting phase, that's a point. Kill 3 things, that's D3 points. Still got Assassinate in his hand as well. Wants to kill one of my HQs. The Thousand Suns know no fear and push further into this industrial complex. The Scarab Cult Terminators are going to pick on these Hellblasters. Now, they're very slow. Don't think you're in rapid fire in range anymore. But they've got really nasty guns. And they've been joined up by the bow and arrow guys who are just behind them. And those bow and arrow guys are now in range of the shaman, which means that they've got increases to their hits and things. So that should be interesting, whether they can take on those Hellblasters. Remember, kill 1 thing in the shooting phase, that's a point. Kill 3 things in the shooting phase, that's 3 points. The lone Zangor that was up there, when he moved, had to move in this way, and then they can pile in, and then they can fight. And there'll be more shots coming down this way as well, because the last unit of Thousand Suns have stumbled forward. 24-inch range bolt guns are in range of some of these intercessors down here. Look, there's a unit of 2 and a unit of 2. It's a Hellblaster and a unit of 1. Plenty of things to pick on. And the Defiler, I keep calling them Hellbrute, I think. The Defiler stayed still, so he can fire. The second in command moving down the roadway over there, the Sorcerer can chuck out prescience left, right, and centre. I don't like the fact that there's a monstrous creature charging right down towards me as well. And this Demon Prince, unlimited vertical movement when you move. Move forward, drop down out of the sky, and he's right in front of my lines with a pair of malefic talons. I've got a Demon Prince right in front of me. So there is plenty of pressure. It's still a long way from over for the Thousand Suns. And you rolled the big 6 on the advance. So the cultists running all the way around here and up the stairs to provide a screen for the second in command through the gap there, because you don't want the same thing happening to him that happened to the first in command. Hellbrute staying still. Hellbrute, if he moves, he's going to be hitting on less. So he can shoot through. He's got some good line of sights through the gaps in the gantry. Plenty of shots, plenty of psychic power and potency left in this Thousand Suns force. I am still scared. I'm not scared. I know no fear. So let's go on to the psychic phase. Right, where are we starting, Stylus?
The Zargos have an icon of flame. I forgot it last time, but on a 6 it will cause a mortal wound.
Well, okay.
That's why you don't take an icon of flame.
5 points. Well spent. where are we
Carrying
going?
it.
Yeah. It looks hey, it looks cool. Right, where are we going?
Gaze of Fate for the Demon Prince.
Demon Prince, Gaze of Fate. That's a 9.
Get a free reroll if you just want to deny it.
That's a free reroll in the psychic phase.
In my turn.
In your turn? No, I won't. You can have your Gaze of Fate because you're going to need it when you perils again.
I'm going to need it when I turn your tenant over to my side.
No.
Treasonous Inch again.
On the lieutenant.
On the lieutenant.
Okay.
Need an H to get this. And he gets it.
That's a
Do you
9.
wish to stop?
So what does that do?
If I've got to beat his leadership,
Yes.
2d6.
Yes.
If I do, he's mine in the shooting, charge, and fight phase.
Shooting, charge, and fight phase. Right. So in the shooting phase, he can fire his pistol at him
Indeed.
because you're within an inch, or him.
Indeed.
And then in the fight phase, you smack and that's all he does. And he doesn't have any, and he's got a 2-up save. No, you can have that. I don't think he can't move anywhere. He can't shoot anything else other than a pistol. If he had a power fist on him, I'd be freaking out right now. But his mind is corrupted, and he'll turn around and punch my captain, and my captain will take it and then slap him. All right, his leadership is 8, so it's 9 because he's an ultramarine chapter tactics.
Here we go.
Gotta beat
Lynch's lucky number.
And that's a 9.
It's 9.
Do you have to beat the leadership?
I have to be greater than.
So his leadership is 9 because of the ultramarine chapter tactics. You failed to. We do not bend. You don't take his brain.
Do my Gaze of Fate.
Unless you do Gaze of Fate.
No, that'll be my warning shot. I'll get him next time.
Yeah. If he was on his own, I would definitely probably try and deny that. But he's not on his own right now.
I'll probably need the reroll for when I miscast again.
Okay. So that didn't work. After all that, that's fine.
Okay.
My brain, there's something takes his mind for a moment and he shrugs it off. Right, what are we doing?
The temporal manipulation will try and heal up the Demon Prince.
Okay, cool.
For that, I need a 6.
To heal the Demon Prince. And that's a 4.
That.
It's a 2/3 chance. If you get a 3, you will heal him.
Yeah.
No, that's a 5.
Don't listen to Winter's hashtag.
Hashtag don't listen to winners. Brilliant.
That's him cast. Next up is my Exalted Sorcerer.
Yes.
He sees his chance now. There's a vacuum in the leadership scales. He's going to take a chance. He is going to cast Prescience. I'll go for the Defiler.
Hellbrute or Defiler. Hellbrute or Defiler.
Okay. 7.
That's cocked. Reroll that one.
That's a Perils.
That's a Perils.
And if he's got 2 wounds left, I think I've got a command point.
I think you have to. That's a 6. You're down to 1 command point left, but at least his brain does not boil. It was cocked, dude.
Yeah, that does not cast them, yeah.
Do you agree it was cocked?
It was.
I feel bad.
No. It was
It was. Yeah, I couldn't even see what it was. That's how cocked it was.
He'd failed and then it blew up. That's him.
Do you have another Psyker over here?
I've got Psychers aplenty, yeah. I've got the Shaman and the Aspiring Sorcerer.
Oh, there's more.
And he's got another thing. I think I can't possibly fail twice, so he's going to smite.
You can't possibly fail. You've said it now.
So let's see if he casts it. And he's a 5.
Oh, that passes. So that's D3 mortal wounds, right?
Yeah, I guess.
It's going to hit these intercessors at the front, I think.
Okay. 3.
Did you? Did you get the big? Oh, you're on 5.
The big 5. So
all right, so you murder 1 and leave 1 on 1 wound, which makes overwhelming firepower a very interesting proposition.
Yes.
Now, what are we doing?
Gaze of Fate, which is an increase to the Invan. I think the Demon Prince could probably use that.
I think you probably could.
So that's Weaver of Fate.
Weaver of Fate.
6 for that.
6. That's a 5, and you've used a command point reroll.
I have, and I've used my Gaze of Fate, so that's not happening.
Okay. Okay, now across to who?
The Aspiring Terminator Scarab Occult.
Right.
We'll do Zinch's Firestorm on the Hellblasters.
Nice.
Needing a... what do you need? A 7.
Needing a 7. That's an 11.
That's an
Does
11.
anything special happen when you get more than...
Only for Smite.
Only for Smite. Why didn't you Smite?
Because he only has 1 wound on a Smite being an Aspiring.
Okay.
Whereas I have a potential to do 9 wounds when I roll 9 6s.
Yeah, 9 6s coming up.
9 6s coming up.
How hard can it be? 1 in 6 chance. There's A6.
There's A6, same
Kill
as a Smite.
1 more Hellblaster because 1 was on 1 wound left. So a Hellblaster and Intercessor have fallen in the psychic phase. The Defiler is prescient stuck.
I I didn't blow up, but I didn't cast it either.
You didn't blow up,
No.
but you didn't cast it either. So you didn't. Prescience didn't work, and the invulnerable buff didn't work. Your psychic phase has been strange, strange to say the least, and you've perils every single turn so far. Right, let's shoot some guns. Hopefully you'll be a bit more successful with bullets instead of mind bullets. Starting off with the Scarab Occult Terminators into the Hellblasters. 3 combi bolts coming in, 13-inch range, so you've only got the 6 shots instead of the 12, right?
3s to hit.
Yes. And 2
There you go.
to hit the floor. All 6 hit, that's nice. And it's strength 4 versus toughness 4.
4 to wound.
And
Less good.
1 wound. 1 -2, right?
Yeah.
1 5 up. And I fail.
Okay, the Soul Reaper Cannon coming in.
3s to hit.
There
They
we go.
all hit. Is this heavy?
It is heavy, but because it all is dust, it doesn't matter to him.
Right,
It
okay.
is the
So strength
dust
5
roll.
versus toughness 4. 3s to wound.
That's 3 wounds and
3 wounds.
-3.
-3. There's only 3 wounds left in this squad now. So I need 3 6s, or you get overwhelming firepower. I don't get any 6s. That's overwhelming firepower, and a unit of Hellblasters has been wiped out.
On the Hellfire.
Right, 2 intercessors, 1 intercessor, trying to kill 3 squads here. What are you going to fire next?
Defiler at the back.
Yes.
He's not moved. He's
Yes.
going to lob everything into the 2 intercessors.
Into the 2 intercessors.
His battle cannon to start with has
Good luck.
1 shot.
Do you want a command point?
Got 1 left. I will not.
No?
No.
Okay. And it misses. It fires wide. Maybe it was a blank shell, a dud shell. Instead of loading some high X in it, it was a gas canister, and poof, and they're wondering why they're covered in white powder right now.
And a heavy bolter.
Yes, 4s to hit, right?
That's a bit better.
Yeah, it's 4 hits. Strength 5, toughness 4. That's all right. 3 wounds, that's okay. That's okay. At -1, I need 4s. And I failed them all. And now I've got 2 intercessors left on 1 wound each. And I think there's only bow guys.
So guys, I've got a Hellbrute at the back.
Got a Hellbrute at
Waiting
the
for
back.
his turn.
Oh, and these guys down here,
And
the Thousand
4
Suns.
Mubriks.
And we measured up beforehand. They are in range of that guy.
Yeah. So they better shoot on that.
That's
one.
why you moved them forward, I remember.
Yes. 4 Inferno bolt guns.
Okay.
Needing 3s.
Yes. 3 hits.
Strength 4, toughness 4.
Yes.
Eek.
No wounds. Their shots go wild. Now we've got bow guys and a Hellbrute.
The bow guys,
Yes.
24-inch range.
You could split fire with them. It always works well.
Gonna split fire.
Don't listen to me. The internet will go nuts because you listen to me and you won't kill anything.
This will happen. So we'll put 2
Right?
against that guy. And
Yes.
4 shots. So 1 guy will shoot him, 2 guys will shoot them. So it's 2 and 4.
2 and 4.
So first 2 arrows fly
Really
in.
hope this works for you.
Because they're next to him, they'll hit on 2s. They will auto wound on 5s.
All right. Okay. Nice.
They're more accurate than Rubric Marines.
2 shots.
2 shots. That's
So-
an auto wound
1 auto wounds,
and 1 to save.
and well, then you need
Or say
to.
to wound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Strength 5.
So 2 wounds at AP -1. You say?
AP -1.
AP -1 into this guy. 2 4-up saves to keep him alive, and he's alive. So the 2 shots didn't kill anyone. You watch how the 4 shots. What they did. Yeah. 3 auto hits and
2
3.
is still a hit because they hit on 3s.
Oh yeah,
plus
of
1 for
course. Yeah.
Zargor.
Yeah.
And he wounds 2.
So 4 wounds. These guys are great. Anyone with Thousand Suns, get about 20 of these guys. So 4 4-up saves, right?
Yeah, the -1.
And he finally falls. Now, if I spend a command point to keep him alive, then you're going to have to split fire with your Hellbrute, and we all know how successful that will be, can be. Do I want to do that? I don't know. On a 1, 2, 3, I'm going to spend a command point. I'm going to let the dice gods decide. The dice gods say no to spending a command point. So trust in the dice gods, because that meant that the Hellbrute is going to obliterate both of them if you had to split fire, because the Hellbrute is your last gun, right?
He is.
Can you see him? I'm sure he can.
Unfortunately, I think he's got a Mutalith in his way.
So line of sight from the Hellbrute is severely restricted because that Mutalith, he's a wide load. He's standing in the way. However, we forgot to do the Mutalith's shooting attack, so all is not lost. And all we have to do is kill 3 things in the shooting phase, and this is the shooting phase for overwhelming firepower. So he does his thing.
He does his thing. He also forgot he regenerates a wound. At
Does
the
he?
start of the phase 2. So He's back up to
That's
13.
quite good as well, isn't he? Right, so let's roll the dice and see what happens.
Or I can pick.
Ooh.
I could no longer trust in fate because all I need to do
Yes.
is do warp flare. Each enemy unit suffers a mortal wound.
It just...
So if I cast warp flare, each enemy unit within 9 inches, which is him, I think, just him,
Right.
gets a mortal wound.
And if he gets a mortal wound, then he's dead in the shooting phase.
Yeah.
I know we should have done it first, but I'm happy for you to do that if you want to do that. All right. So you're casting Warp Flare?
Casting warp flare, I need a 2 to make this happen.
Okay. And that's a 5. He falls. Let's find out if there's any more in 9. Yep, the jumpy dudes were within 9 inches, so one of them does take a wound from that Warp Flare. And this squad, I know we did that out of sequence, but the one guy on 1 wound left, well, he hadn't taken any shots he had taken shots from the bow and arrow guys in the shooting phase, but his 2 compadres with him died in the psychic phase, so if you'd have warp flared at the start of the phase, you'd have killed him anyway. So even though it was slightly out of sequence, I think it works perfectly. And that's 3 units. That's what I'm trying to say, 3 units. I don't really know what I'm saying. We're on to Hell Brute. What can the Hell Brute actually see?
Well, what you can see...
Down on your knees.
Well, there's someone looking quite spectacular on the top of that tower.
I know, he's just got a crosshair painted right on his chest.
So I think I'm going to unload on him.
You're going to unload on these guys.
So he's not got prescience.
So long as you hit him, you can kill stuff that isn't in line of sight, you know.
Yeah.
So not prescience.
What's this? 3s, 2 laser cannons to start with.
Okay. 1 hits. Strength 9, toughness 5. And that's a 1.
And so crack missile going in as well.
Right, okay. That's a hit. And that's a wound at -2. Now, this squad are not entirely within the terrain piece because I've put 1 down there on that crate. So they only have a 3-up save, not a 2-up save. And he saves it. So the shots from the Hell Brute, what I like to think is that they're smashing and impacting on these terrain pieces and are phasing and fizzling out before they manage to hit the jumpy dudes up there. Now that's the end of the shooting phase. Let's go on to the charge phase. Is anything charging?
Things that you're going to charge.
Oh yeah, demons. Demons are coming for my lines. So the Demon Prince came charging in, and then the Mutalith Vortex Beast declared a charge against the jumpy dudes, and I put 3 wounds on him before he came charging in. You need a 9 to make this charge, though. He's quite a way back. And that's an 8.
I think it's
just 1 out. The last command point.
That's
a 9. He's in. And the Vortex Beast gets here, and then the Shaman came charging in. He managed to get in, and then you got an 8 for the charge for the Scarab Cold Terminators. So they're coming running around the edge of the silo as well. So we have multiple units charging all the way across the bottom line of the 13th. I might be winning by 5 points, but I might have very little assets left after this turn. Let's go on to the fight phase. So aware that I've still got 3 command points in my hand and I can pay to interrupt, and desperate to get assassinate, kill a character, the Demon Prince will be swinging him first. He's got a pair of malefic talents, so that's 7 attacks, hitting on something.
Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s.
Okay. Hitting on 2s.
Rolling all those 1s.
That's a lot of 1s. In the end, everything hit. Strength 7, toughness 4, wounding on 3s. And is that 5 wounds?
That is.
That is 5 wounds at -2, 2 damage each. So I've got a bunch of 5-up saves to make, or this librarian has been assassinated. I fail 2. I think he's got 4 wounds. So I might command point. Let me go and check. He has got 4 wounds. So that would kill him because they're 2 damage each. If he was a Primaris librarian, he'd still be alive, and he's the only non-Primaris model in my army. Now, do I want to spend 2 command point to re-roll that and potentially keep him alive and stop you getting assassinated? Is that worth it? Yeah, it's worth it. Let's spend a command point, try and keep him alive. I need a 5-up. And that's a 4. Do you get my command point? No. So the librarian falls. That's assassinate.
Psychic phase isn't big enough for both of us.
Yeah. Choosing not to consolidate with the Demon Prince because it just lets the Lieutenant hit him, and then I'll fall back and shoot him anyway. I'm not going to pay any command points to interrupt, actually, because all my guys have got fists and blades, and they're probably not going to do very much damage. So what do you want to select next? The Beast or the Zangles or the
Beast
Cold
charge.
Terminators?
So we'll go with the Beast.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so how many attacks does he have?
I can either use his enormous claws or his betentacled maw.
Betentacled maw. That sounds lovely.
Yes, so I think I'll go with the claws. It's 2 damage.
Okay.
So I can kill every strike.
Oh yeah, because these are okay.
He will hit on 4s. He can reroll 1s because of the demon prince there.
Nice. So
Here's another 3s.
one hit.
One hit, strength 7.
One wound.
Wound -2.
-2, so I need a 5 up or an intercessor dies. Okay. I don't get a 5 up. That intercessor was on 1 wound. He dies. Next one.
Next one, the Zangor Shaman.
Zangor Shaman.
Uh,
So are these guys tasty in combat or what?
They're not bad.
Are they?
Yeah, because he's within range of himself, he gets a +1.
Does he?
He'll hit on 3s, but it's now hitting on 2s.
Okay.
And he is using his force stave, so he has 3 attacks, hit on 2s.
There's a hit. 2 hits.
2 hits. It's +2 to his strength, of strength 6.
Okay. 2 wounds.
And it's -1 AP.
-1 AP on these guys.
Oh,
4 up saves. I fail one. How much?
3.
D3. That does 1 damage to one of the
And his
intercessors.
disc will now try and eat 1.
Disc does it as well.
1 attack.
Okay.
Just hitting on.
Not hitting on that.
Not hitting on that.
So then the Terminators pile in and going to finish what the Shaman started. So where we stand? What are we doing?
Regular dusty ones have 2 attacks. He has a stave sword come back to him.
Dusty ones.
So with their power swords, they have
Yes.
2 attacks apiece.
Yes.
Hitting on 3s.
Okay. 5 hits. I like it. Strength.
Strength 4.
Normal power swords, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Strength 4, toughness 4, winning on 4s.
Ooh.
1 wound.
1 wound.
1 wound. Power swords are AP -3.
-3.
Okay. 6 up. I fail.
Takes another one.
He does take 1 out.
And the sorcerer has 2 attacks.
Right.
And 3s again.
1 hit.
1 hit. Wounding on strength 6.
Strength 6. Winning on a 3.
That's a wound.
Yes.
-1 to your EP.
AP -1. What weapon is this?
A force stave. It will be
Another 4 stave.
Yes.
4 up save. And I fail it.
D3. That's
And that
3.
does 3. So that's 3 wounds. It'll kill a marine, but it won't spill over onto the next one. Stylers.
What's that?
I made a mistake. That's the sergeant. Can I put him back up again?
Pick him back up.
Thanks. I'm going to take those 2 away.
Okay.
So that was all the charging units. So now the Zangors pile in. And where are we doing
We'll
them?
go against this resurrected sergeant.
What's that? 4 onto him.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So that's 8 attacks.
Hitting on 3s, hitting on 2s because of the shaman.
Okay. And that's 7 hits.
7 hits. Regular strength 4.
Okay. Forced to wound.
And -1 AP.
So 3 wounds on my sergeant. He has a 4 up save. And he dies. He was resurrected for a very short period of time. And then you've got 3 guys, including the sergeant equivalent on the 1 wound remaining
The
Hellblaster.
twist bray.
The Twist Bray.
Twist bray.
Nice.
Also 2s.
2s to hit.
There's a couple of 1s.
5 hits.
4s.
And
Just 2.
2 wounds. 2 wounds on the Hellblaster. He needs 2 4 up saves. And he falls as well. So they've all been slaughtered. Now we're moving across to the jumpy dudes on the Mutilith Vortex Beast. There's 8 attacks there, 2 each, +1 for the sergeant is 9. I hit on 3s. And I am within 6 inches of the captain. That didn't help at all. And I'm strength 4, toughness 4, so 4 hits get through. Strength 4, toughness 7, sorry. And so I wound on 5s with a reroll because the lieutenant. 1 wound. I get 1 wound on your Mutilith Vortex Beast. That's easy to say.
AP.
AP nothing.
AP.
It's
4
just
up.
4 up.
Yep,
He
another
takes a
wound
wound. I've taken a few wounds off him this turn. That's the end of the charging phase and the fight phase. So you've slaughtered the librarian, you've slaughtered the Hellblaster, you've slaughtered the last unit of intercessors there. And now I've got Zangors and Shamans and Scarab Occult Terminators and a Demon Prince right close to my Lieutenant and Captain. And then the Hellblasters and the Jumpy Dudes are all locked up. There's a significant pressure, significant footprint of Thousand Suns here. Fortunately for me, I've still got 2 units of Jumpy Dudes and some Hellblasters over here. But that's it. It seems that you control the left flank. I control the right flank. You're not defending objective 3, but you did get 3 things in the shooting phase and you did kill a character. So killing that character means there's 4 points in it and D3 points for overwhelming firepower, which you worked so hard to get. So I hope you get a big number here.
Thank you.
2.
That'll do.
So you get 3 points that turn, which means that there is 2 points in it. The 13th are winning by 2 points, but we are on the back foot. So let's go on to Space Marines, turn 3. Here are the orders for the 13th. Secure Objective 1, Defend Objective 6, and Big Game Hunter. Kill something with a wounds characteristic of 10 or more. Here we are after the Space Marines movement phase. I have started to defend Objective 6 and I've got all of this unit of jumpy dudes up into this terrain piece here. So they will be getting a benefit of cover, and if I pull him away last, the one on the top, I should be able to defend that for 2 points at the end of the Thousand Suns turn. But I won't be able to get Secure Objective 1, which is this one here. And Big Game Hunter, I really don't want to get Big Game Hunter because it's killed this thing, and that's a lot of firepower. What I want to do is thin out the Zangors and kill the demon. If I thin out the Zangors and kill the demon, then I've just got some Terminators and a Mutalith Vortex Beast to deal with. Because I could kill that, but these guys are very killy, so I need to kill the killy things. So I've pulled back and created a castle around my captain and lieutenant, the Hellblasters here, the jumpy dudes in front of them, and I shifted over this way, the captain lieutenant jumping over the fence, the Hellblaster shifting that way so I can put shots into the Demon Prince, and they're going to be backed up by, well, they can't shoot the Demon Prince because he's a character, but I can shoot the Zangors. The Hellblasters can shoot in at the Mutalith because that's all they can really shoot at. The jumpy dudes up here, they're out of range of everything, even the Chaos Cultists that are taunting them from the other gantry, calling out horrible things. That's my footprint, this corner. So if I push back, then I can spring forward. I really want to start going that way and bring some pain and terror into the Thousand Suns lines. But that's what I've got for now. So let's move on to the shooting phase. No psychic phase. Let's kill a demon. Right, let's start with the captain. He's got a Mastercrafted Stalker pattern bolt rifle, which is heavy, so he's hitting on 3s, firing at the demon. That's a miss. He rerolls 1s. That's a miss. Lieutenant's got the same gun, but he'll hit on 4s because it's heavy. And that's a 1, re-rolling. That's a hit. It is strength 4 though, your toughness 6. So I need a 5 to wound. That's a wound. It's AP minus 2. You have a 4 up save because you're Zinch, right?
Indeed.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's hiding in the Zango.
It does 2 damage actually. So it's down to 3 left. Now let's overcharge these 4 Hellblasters in. So the first one hits on 3s. That's cocked. Hits on 3s. The second one hits on 3s. Third one, need more dice, hits on 3s, re-rolling the 1s. And the last one hits on 3s. That's not bad. That's 7 out of 8 hits. Strength 8 now. Toughness of your Demon Prince is 6, yeah. So I'm winning on 3s, re-rolling 1s because the lieutenant's shouting at him. And I roll a bunch of 2s. So that is 4 up and vulnerable saves, 3 wounds to get through.
Here we go.
And you fail 3, in fact.
There he goes.
So that is dead demon. I don't like demons. He's gone. I am so pleased. He's such a threat, and he's a psyker, and he's fast. I'm so pleased he's gone.
He goes back to the warp with the librarian's head tucked in his belt.
Yeah. You're going to have to now model like a white helmet on his base or something.
I think so.
That's been done, you know. There's a few people who turn up, and there's a number of white bases out there on the internet now. Makes me a sad panda. Right, next. So this unit of jumpy dudes. No, let's fire this unit of jumpy dudes into the Zangors, because all you have to do is pull away the first 2 guys, or even him, I think, and then that unit can't shoot, only 18-inch range. So I'm going to fire them in at the Zangors first. 6 shots each, so this is 18 shots. After rolling a hit, rolling a wound, I cause 6 wounds, 6 5-up saves, and you make only 1. 5 of them die.
I got left.
That's a beautiful thing.
2, 3, 4, and the useless banner's going to.
So there's only 2 left.
Just 2 left.
Interesting. So what I'll do, I think, is I'll fire 2 of these jumpy dudes at the remaining Zangors, and then the other 2 at the Scarabus Cult Terminators over there. That's
splitting fire.
Splitting fire. It always works. Never goes wrong. So do I need to do 2? No, because these guys are re-rolling a hit and re-rolling a wound. One. So I'm going to put 1 into them. Because split and fire really works. And the other 3 into them. Let's do this on camera in case I fluff it. 3s. This is into the Zangle. And strength 5. So 3s. 4 wounds on the 2 remaining Zangles.
5 ups. 1, 2, 2.
1,
dead.
2.
There you go.
Does
Doesn't
the...
quite work.
Yeah, the captain, the sergeant equivalent, he only has 1 wound, right?
Just a nice hack, he doesn't have anything special.
Phew, okay. So let's do 18 shots into these Terminators. 3s, re-rolling 1s. With the re-rolls, that was 14 hits. Now I'm wounding on 3s and re-rolling 1s. There's no 1s. I got 12 wounds in at -1, but with all his dust, you get back to 2 up, right? So 2 up to a 3 up, back to a 2 up. So 12 2 up saves. And there's 1-1. There's 2 ones.
2 ones are dead already.
2 ones. I killed a Terminator. Do you know what? That's more than I thought I would do. And now let's fire these Hell Blasters at strength 6 into this toughness 7 mutant vortex beast, which probably won't do anything at all. I did a wound. Just 1 wound. That's the end of my shooting phase. Now I'm going to charge. I might as well put the jumpy dudes into this mutalith vortex beast. Does he have a shooting attack?
He does not.
Let's see how far they charge. That's a 6. They're in. Probably won't do anything, but that stops you falling back and charging into something juicy in your turn. So when intercessors, inceptors, jumpy dudes come flying in, they do impact hits, mortal wounds on a 6 up. And I don't do any. Then I have 7 attacks with the sergeant, hitting on 3s, and that was 4 hits. And I wound on 5s, and that was 1 wound.
No AP?
No AP, it's just my fists.
4 up.
He takes a wound. He's down to 7 wounds left.
Well, that's unfortunate because that's a bracket.
That's a bracket. What does that mean?
He's gone down a bracket in his attacks.
Okay.
Back.
So how many attacks?
He will have 3 attacks. I might go for the tentacles this time.
Okay, tentacles.
So it's 3 attacks for each attack.
3 attacks for each attack?
Yes.
So he's got 9 attacks all of a sudden. I thought you said he went down a bracket.
He had 4 goes.
Okay, 9 attacks, hitting on...
Hitting on 4, no?
He's still hitting on 4s.
Still hitting on 4s.
Okay.
Prepare to be kicked in the tentacles.
Yep. That's not good. That was 3 hits. And this is strength what?
Strength 7.
Strength 7, wounds on 3s. 2 wounds, AP minus.
1.
His tentacles are AP minus 1. 1 damage, hopefully. Tentacles.
Just 1 damage. Yeah.
Just 1 damage. So 4 ups. You kill 1. 1 was on a wound anyway. And so one of the jumpy dudes falls. And there's no morale to take. They don't have to take morale. I wiped out all the Zangles and the Demon Prince. So there's no morale to test. I don't secure objective 1. I don't get Big Game Hunter because I haven't killed the Mutalith Vortex Beast. And I've only started to defend objective 6. So in fact, at the end of my turn, I get 0 points that turn. So there's still only 2 points in it. The 13th winning by 2 right now. So let's go on to 1,000 Suns, turn 4. 1 minute, before I start the 1,000 Suns turn, seeing as I'm fighting Smoker and I don't know what I'm doing, did I do the right thing then? Not getting any objective points and going after the Demon Prince, going after the Zangles, did I do the right thing?
You did the right thing. The Demon Prince still had his Dark Matter Crystal, which meant at my next movement I could have teleported an infantry unit, could have been the Zangor, could have been the Terminators, could have been this Rubric's right back
Oh yeah,
here.
that free movement once
Yeah.
a game thing.
Gone somewhere else, they could have gone there to deny you defending objective 6, they could have gone somewhere else out of sight. The Mutalith isn't going to do that much.
You know what? I forgot about that Dark Matter Crystal. It must have been the tactical genius of the 13th, and he's not going to do much, you say. So I think, yeah. So that was the right thing.
It was. Now I've said he's not going to do much because that means he's going to implode and suck you onto the warp. Now I've cursed him. So
Can he blow up?
he can blow in. He can implode and suck everything else into a vortex. If I roll a 6.
So D3 mortal wounds when he dies or something.
D6.
D6. Let's go on to 1,000 turns. So number 4. Here are the 1,000 Suns orders, and they're very interesting. Defend objective 2, defend objective 3, and vengeance long awaited. Score a victory point if at least one enemy unit was destroyed. And if that enemy unit has the Imperium keyword, and I do, you get D3 points. So D3 points for just popping one of my units. Now let's have a look at these 2 defend objective orders. Here we are after the movement phase for the 1,000 Suns in turn 4. Remember, they want to stop me defending objective 6. and the Hellbrute can see through the gantry up at the unit of jumpy dudes up there and try and wipe them off. That will stop me scoring 2 points. As for defending the objectives that the 1,000 Suns want, well, mistakes were made. When we pull this guy away, who's healed a wound back up to 8 by the way, he started defending objective 3 at the end of my turn, so at the end of this turn, Stylus will get 2 points for defending objective 3 because those 2 units of jumpy dudes there, those 2 guys, are not within 3 inches of the centre of that, and considering the firepower that's about to come their way and the smiting, they're probably not going to be here. Mind you, you can smite them, you can't shoot them.
No.
But I'm not within 3 inches of that, so you will get defend that objective. And defend objective 2 is over there. And you've got a unit of 1,000 Suns. You've tucked them round by the wall there. They're still controlling it. They are defending it, but by tucking them round the wall, it gets them out of line of sight of the Hellblasters because they have got 30-inch range and they could reach out and touch them. This way I'm not going to be able to reach out and touch them. Now the Shaman is there. He jumps forward for his smite. The bow and arrow guys come in here to protect the Shaman. What are they called?
Enlightened. Zangor Enlightened.
Zangor Enlightened are screening him. The stumbling Scarab Occult Terminators, all as dust, come forward, ready to lay firepower into my castle, my ever-diminishing castle, with their nasty, nasty bolt weaponry. And the Defilers busting forward as well. The Cultists continue their run. This puts units between the rest of my army and the characters that are down there, because I won't be able to shoot past them onto characters. Look on the heads of these guys. They look very pretty. Right, let's go into this psychic phase. So we had a smite and a firestorm come in at the jumpy dudes next to the Mutalith Vortex Beast. One is dead, one is left with 2 wounds. Then over here, this guy, the second in command, you want to heal him?
I want to heal him. 4th time lucky.
These yeah, 4th time lucky. It's going to happen.
It happened.
It finally happens. Is that D3 mortal wounds or D3 wounds?
wounds, not mortal wounds. He gets them back. He gets
2 back. Okay, so he gets 2 wounds back. He hasn't got a headache anymore.
Okay.
And now you want to smite with him and try and kill off the last jumpy dude. Is that right?
I think the Hellblasters are closer, so he's going to try and prescience.
He's going to try and prescient something.
Who's
Oh, right. The smite would hit him,
Smite would have hit him.
not him.
So I'm going to wait to see if I miscast the prescience before I
Right.
risk another smite.
Okay.
And the prescience is going on the Defiler.
Defiler.
So prescience goes on a... Yep, that's cast.
That's right, because he moved the Defiler, bundling forward, so he's back up to shooting on a 4 rather than a 5.
Yes,
And he has 1 more psychic power.
He'll try a smite.
Okay, trying to smite.
He gets it.
Right.
So that's
D3 mortal wounds, because he's not dust, right? He's got
Yeah.
flesh and bones.
just 1.
1. Well, one of the Hellblasters was down to a wound, so 1 falls. So a Hellblaster and a Jumpy Dude died in the psychic phase. Then the Mutalith Vortex Beast, even though he's within an inch of an animal model, could still do his thing, but you rolled a 1, so he didn't do anything. Now we're on to the rest of the shooting phase. We're doing Scarab Occult Terminators into Hellblasters.
Everything into them.
Yeah, they are the biggest threat. So what are we firing?
Everything. So first you do the combi bolters.
Yes.
3s to hit.
Okay. And that was 5 hits. Strength 4 versus toughness 4 is 4s to wound. And that's 2 wounds at AP minus 2. So 2 5-up saves. And I make it. Okay.
Soul Reaper Cannon. Same again.
2 hits with that. Strength 5, yeah.
The 3s. 2 hits at minus 3.
2 wounds at minus 3, so I need 2 6s now. And 1 Hellblaster falls.
Okay, and then finally the Hellfire Missile Rack.
Right.
3s.
2 hits. Nice.
Strength 8. 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Minus 2.
Minus 2 for the missile rack. Okay, so 2 5-ups, please, 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 please. And make 1 fail 1,
D3 wounds.
which is 2 wounds. So that's 2 of the 4 Hellblasters wiped out. And it looks like this. Now the Transor Enlightened, the bow and arrow guys are now going to fire at the remaining 2 Hellblasters. 6 shots.
6 shots, needing 3s, and now 2s because the Shaman.
Yes.
Auto wounding on 5s.
No auto wounding.
No.
In fact, only 4 hits. 4 hits because you're hitting on 2s, yeah.
It's a strength 5.
Yep. Strength 5.
And minus 1 AP.
Okay, so 4 wounds at minus 1 AP. 4 4-up saves. And another Hellblaster dies. So now the Defiler wants to take on the Hellblasters as well. Firing everything, right?
Everything.
You just don't trust Spitfire. Okay, Battle Cannon.
Battle Cannon.
2 shots.
That's why you don't.
4s with prescience. Oh, they're both hit. 2s to win, right?
Yep.
1 wound. AP minus 2.
Yes.
5-up save. Hellblaster. takes, fails the save and dies. That's a 6. Okay, and so all of the shots from the Defiler come pounding in, and that last Hellblaster is wiped out. Now we've got the Hellbrute left to fire.
Hellbrute.
And is he taking on these jumpy dudes, or are you going to fire them downtown?
I'm not going to stop you defending that. And I can see the Hellblasters, so I'll put them into them.
You put them
Two
into
las
these
cannons.
Hellblasters?
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
2 las cannons, 1 crack missile.
Okay.
So hitting on 3s.
Yep.
That's 1 hit.
Yep. And 1
Wounded.
wound against a Hellblaster with a las cannon 6 up. He makes it.
Crack missile.
Hits and wounds. Strength 8,
Yep.
right? Oh no, yeah, strength 8, toughness 4. I need a 5. And he dies. Oh no, d6 wounds. Yes, he does die. So you kill a Hellblaster. That's 2 in that squad dead, because one of them fell in the psychic phase. I think that's the end of the shooting phase.
That is everything in the shooting phase, yes.
Any charges anywhere?
No overwatch I'm particularly keen to see.
No. So it's just the fight.
Just the
It's
fight.
just the Mutilate Vortex Beast versus the last jumpy dude. You got 4 attacks now because he healed a wound last turn. Are you doing this tons of doom, or are you going to punch him with your fists? Don't lick me. It'll be embarrassing for a Space Marine to die from
Enormous claws.
enormous claws. Thank you. Thank you for punching me.
If I don't kill him, I don't get my vengeance long-awaited point.
Don't you? Why?
Have I not killed anything before?
You've
Oh,
killed the
I've-
you killed the Hellblasters, so that vengeance, that's D3 points right there.
Then I'll just kill him anyway.
Okay.
Okay, hitting him on 4s.
Yep. 3 hits. Nice. Strength.
Strength 7.
Okay. 3s. 2 wounds.
Minus
AP
2
minus.
AP, and it's 2 damage.
Right. So I need 2 5-ups, or he is dead. He is dead. And that's the end of turn 4 for the Thousand Suns. I've got a unit of jumpy dudes, my captain lieutenant left, and a unit of jumpy dudes and 3 Hellblasters. No morale test to take there, but that's it. Very few assets left on the ground. It was 8 points to 6, but you get 2 points for defending that one, which is 8 points each. I get 2 points for defending this one, which is 10 points to 8. However, at the end of your turn, it's going to be 10 points to 10 because you've got that objective down there. But right now it's 10 points to 8, plus you get D3 points for vengeance long awaited. So 10, 8 plus 1 is 10 points to 9 at the end of Thousand Suns, turn 4. This game is close. Let's go on to Space Marines, turn 4. Right, here are my objectives. I told High Command that I can't secure Objective 1 because it was too far away from my lines, and in this turn they've told me that it's a mission critical objective and I must secure Objective 1. Sorry High Command, that isn't going to happen, but I do also need to defend Objective 5 and get Big Game Hunter. After my movement phase, nowhere near Objective 1, not going to be able to score that, but there's Objective 5 down there, so the jumpy dudes that were up here jumped down. And I am now surrounding Objective 5, double teaming it with the Hellblasters, so I will get 2 points if they're all alive at the end of my turn. And I need Big Game Hunter. So the castle continues to bunch up, and I think now is the time to put round after round after round into the Mutilith Vortex Beast. So let's do that. But before we do that, all is dust. These guys here. You don't get it if you get hit by a damage 2 weapon. And the Stalker Pattern bolt rifles on the captain and lieutenant are damage 2 weapons, so I didn't move them. Let's fire at the Terminators. First with the lieutenant, he hits on a 3, and it's strength 4. So it wounds. It's AP minus 2, 2 damage,
5 up in there.
which you fail. And that wipes 1 out. And let's see if the captain can do the same thing. Choices. The Psycho, or the yeah. Captain hits on a 2, and he wounds on a 4. And I'm going to spend 1 of my command points. And it wounds. You've got a 5 up invulnerable save, which you make. So wasted command point, and you can't farm it because your warlord is dead. Yeah?
That is true.
That's where... Was it farming from your warlord or farming from something else?
My warlord. I did
Okay.
try and find one when he was dead, but I didn't get it because
Okay.
he was dead.
Killed it. Right. So let's fire all of these guns into that beast. Stylus put the missile launcher guy back and took away the Reaper. Hey, I did it earlier. You can definitely do it. So missile launcher back. Right, now let's fire all of these assault bolters into that Mutilith Vortex Beast. This is 24 shots. I'm hitting on a 3 and re-rolling 1s. After the reroll, I only miss with 1 shot, but it's strength 5 versus toughness 7, so I need 5s. And I'm rerolling 1s, 3 1s. Converted one of them. 6 wounds at -1 AP. You've got a 4-up, so it becomes a 5-up. 8 wounds to get through. And you save 3 of them, not bad. So he's down to 5 wounds left. So the other unit of jumpy dudes over there without the reroll will shoot at him as well. Hitting on 3s. No rerolls. A lot of 1s. 14 hits. Wounded on 5s. 4? There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 5-ups. And you fail 3. He's down to 2 wounds left. Now the Hellblasters are going to have to do it. I'm going to have to overcharge him. I don't want to overcharge him, but I'm going to have to overcharge. The first guy hitting on 3s. Hit the floor and I'll do that again. He hits twice. The second guy hitting on 3s. He hits twice. The last guy hitting on 3s. Don't roll any ones. They all hit. This gets their strength 6 weaponry up to strength 7 and your toughness 7, right?
Yep.
So 4's to wound. I get 4 wounds. 4 5-up and vulnerable saves. You've got to make them all or the beast dies. And the beast dies just. And I made sure these guys moved back outside the explosion range. The Mutileth Vortex Beast falls, and that's Big Game Hunter. And it looks like this. So I get a point. So it's 11 points to 9 for Big Game Hunter. However, you have defended Objective 2 for 2 game rounds in a row. So it's 11 points each as we head into turn 5. This game could not be closer. Here are the objectives for the Thousand Suns, and they are not good. Scour the Skies, kill one of the unit of jumpy dudes. Kingslayer, that's going to be tough as well. And Big Game Hunter, kill something with a wounds characteristic of 10 or more. Well, my Dreadnought was on the table, but it isn't there now, so that isn't going to happen either. Here we are after the Thousand Suns movement phase. The Chaos Cultists jump down, and they just need to make a charge in on the jumpy dudes, I guess, and they will be securing Objective 5 and stop me securing it. And moving up to support them are the Zangor Enlightened. The Hellbrute is on the right there. He can see through the gantry. Try and blow away the Hellblasters first that are standing in front. We have the second in command. He can smite his way across. And the Defiler stayed still so he can shoot through. Basically, there's going to be a lot of firepower raining in to the Hellblasters in front. These Thousand Suns that took Objective 2 are just out of range. So lots and lots of firepower going to ripple in. Meanwhile, the Scarab Occult Terminators head forward into the castle there. So Big Game Hunter not possible. Slay the Warlord is going to be really tough. And what was the other one?
Other one was Scour the Skies.
Other one was Scour the Skies. Just wipe out a unit of jumpy dudes. However, it's game turn 5. If you stop me scoring this, I'll stop getting 2 points. I won't get 2 points. And let's not forget, you are line breaking right now. So it's still all to play for. Let's go into the psychic phase. So going with Tzeentch's Firestorm on my Warlord.
The Warlord, year 7.
And that's a 6. Doesn't go off.
Okay. I will continue trying to heal up my remaining sorcerer.
Heal up this guy here, yep.
Need a 6.
Yep.
No.
That doesn't work either.
That's not a perils at least.
No.
Prescience.
Prescience
on the
the
Defiler.
Okay, he stays still, so that's a good shout. That works.
7. That works.
And he's going to smite with his other power, I guess.
He's going to smite with his other power.
Right.
5 is enough.
That's enough. 5 is enough. It will hit the Hellblasters. D3 mortal wounds on the Hellblasters for 1 mortal wound on the Hellblaster. Is the Enlightened guy, the Shaman, doing the same
He
thing?
will also smite.
Okay. And that's an 11.
Ooh.
So this is D6 mortal wounds for 2. So that's 3 wounds on the Hellblasters. 1.5 will die. In the shooting phase, the Terminators unloaded on the jumpy dudes in the castle, killing 1 and injuring another. Then we had pistols from the cultists that jumped down from the balcony. They took out the injured Hellblaster that was down there. So there's only 1 Hellblaster left now, next to Objective 5. And now you're doing bows and arrows from the Zangor Enlightened.
Indeed.
But you're not going on the Hellblaster.
No, I want him alive to charge.
You want him alive to... Ah, I see. So into the jumpy dudes, onto Objective 5. Yep.
Okay, so hitting on 2s, 5s, auto wound.
Yes.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4 auto
Four
wounds.
auto wounds.
And another wound.
And another wound. Does it auto wound regardless of toughness?
Yes.
So that's why they're really good then, because
Yes.
these are strength. Yeah. Because if it was against toughness 20, so long as you get 5s and 6s with the shaman next to him, you're wounding. And these are all AP -1, right?
They are.
Okay, so 5 4-up saves. I failed 2. One of the jumpy dudes falls. And it looks like this. Now the Defiler is unloading on who?
Everything on the jumpy dudes.
Jumpy
again.
dudes, yep.
Cannon. 3.
3 shots.
He's now got prescience, so he's going to hit on 3s.
Yes. And he misses. He's been unreliable.
Heavy bolter, also no 3s.
Yes.
And that's with that.
Yeah, 5 hits there. And strength 5, toughness 5, 5's to wound.
Forced wound.
4's to wound, yep, you're right. 4 wounds. 4 at -1. 4 4-up saves. And I only take a wound. Now last gun, the Hellbrute firing through the gantry down at the jumpy dudes, trying to clear them off, trying to kill something with the fly keyword. So 2 las cannons coming in hot.
3s.
Both hit, winning on 3s. And they both wound. I need 2 6s. Easy, right? No, 2 of them die. Now the missile
First one
launcher.
is auto dead.
Yes.
And the second one
Takes a wound.
takes 2 wounds.
Takes 2 wounds. Oh yeah, it's d6 damage. So 2 die. You're right.
The crack missile.
Hits. Wounds on a 3.
Wounds.
It's a wound, is it? And that's at AP -2. So I need a 5-up, which I make. Now that's the end of the shooting phase. I've got 5 models back here and 2 models here. You haven't killed anything with a fly keyword yet, and he's the sergeant, so he's leadership 9. He lost 3 people, so 6 plus 3 in leadership means he'll still hold, unless you do a multi-charge with the cultists and charge both of them, or you just want to try and deny that objective. What do you want to do?
I will just deny you, I think.
Okay,
Let's not get
let's
greedy.
see how far you manage to charge in. 7, that'll be enough to get in there. I'll do a bit of Overwatch and we'll move the models. The cultists come screaming out of the cover, and this is where they end up after piling in. And because they're brutal assault weapons with additional attacks, they managed to put 4 wounds on that Hellblaster Sergeant. So 4 3-up saves, and they drag him down. And that was the last blow of turn 5, and with that I don't defend objective 5. However, you don't get Big Game Hunter, kill something with a fly keyword or the other one, so it's 11 points to 11. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 models. 6 models left on the table, and you're line breaking. So the Space Marines are calling out to the battle barge for evac, but can they win this fight? Can they deal a crippling blow to the Thousand Suns before they run away? Let's find out in Space Marines. Turn 5. It's turn 5. It's 11 points to 11. But the Thousand Suns are line breaking, and I need to defend 5, secure objective 6, and death from above. Score 1 victory point if at least 1 enemy unit was destroyed in your turn, and the last model in the enemy unit was slain by an attack made by a unit that can fly. So basically, one of my jumpy dudes. Right, this is my entire army, 6 models, and I have jumped back up onto objective 6. So that's 12 points to 11, plus your line breaking 12 points to 12. So let's find out if the second company can be heroes, firing down with this guy into the cultists from objective 6, hitting on 3s, and that's 5 hits. And it's strength 5 versus toughness 3, so he's wounding on 3s, and that's 5 wounds at AP -1. 5 of them just get turned to red mist. So, being cheeky, I'm going to split fire. One of them is going to go into them. The other 2, which is 12 shots, are going to go down into the remaining cultists. I think this should be enough. Hitting on 3s and re-rolling some 1s. There was 4 1s. Maybe it isn't. 8 wounds. Wounding on 3s. Re-rolling 1s. There's 2 1s. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just enough. Look at that. 3 2s there. Just enough to wipe out those cultists using the fly keyword. That was pant-clenchingly tight. I still have 1 command point left. These guys firing in at the Zangles. 3s to hit. Re-rolling 1s. And this is strength 5 versus toughness on disc.
Toughness 4.
Toughness 4. So 3s to wound. I do 4 wounds on them at AP -1, but they only have invulnerable saves, right?
They do, so 4 and 5 ups.
So 4, 5 ups, yep.
Make 1.
Make 1, so 1 dies.
1.
1 takes a wound, and then I'll fire these guys. Captain hits and wounds, and the lieutenant hits and doesn't wound. So 1 more wound, 1 more 5 up, and he fails. So I killed
Just
2 of them.
EV arc left.
That's the end of my phase. Are they leadership 7 as well?
They are leadership 7.
Brilliant, roll a 6. Ooh, that was a 5. Now that is the end of turn 5. I've got no more gun. I kill something with a fly keyword. I score objective 6. So it's 13 points to 11. You're line breaking 13 points to 12. And that's the end of turn 5. And the player who went first, which was you, rolls a dice. So on a 1-2, it's a Space Marine victory. On a 3-4-5, you might get to win this game. We go on to turn 6. So the Thousand Suns need to scour the skies, take out one of those units of intercessors, jumpy dudes. Kingslayer, wipe out my warlord, and psychic supremacy, make a successful, deny the witch test result. Well, that isn't going to happen. So in the movement phase, the Hell Brute stays still 1 more time, and then the noose closes in around my warlord. Scarab Occult Terminators to the left of me, Zangor Enlightens and a Shaman to the right of me, and then the Defiler and the Thousand Suns pushing up the gut. If he does manage to get Kingslayer, that will be a game-winning move. But of course, Scour the Skies will also get him a point. So if he just Scour the Skies and gets Linebreaker, it'll be a draw again. So let's go on to the Psychic phase.
Firestorm for the Scarab Occult.
On the Captain, that's a 6. Did you need a 6?
I think I need a 7.
I think you need a 7. So Firestorm doesn't work, and then we're going to do a bunch of smiting.
Yep.
Then it looks like this. Just the Sergeant left alive, and the Defiler is prescienced. That's the Captain. He's got the white chest, right? Yeah, that's the Captain. That's the Lieutenant. Now we're in the shooting phase. Right, you can fire past a character if the thing that you're firing at is a character. So 2 arrows going into the Captain.
2s, auto wound on 5s.
Yep. And they both hit. Strength 5, toughness 4. 1 wound at AP -1. Now he has the armor Indomitus, so a 2-up save becomes a 3-up, which he fails, and he ignores wounds with Iron Resolve on a 6. He takes a wound. Iron Resolve also gave him an extra wound, so he's down to 6 remaining.
Terminators against the jumpy dude.
Yeah.
Shooting.
Kill something with a fly keyword, and there's a point.
Probably in rapid fire range.
Yes, definitely in rapid fire range. So that's 8 shots coming in with their combi bolters.
Yep, and then missiles afterwards.
Yep.
3s to hit.
And that's 5 hits, and it's strength 4 versus toughness 5, so you need 5s to wound.
Oof.
No wounds, so these missiles are going to have to do it. 2 missiles,
2
both
hits.
hit, and wound on 3s. 1 wound, 1 5-up save on my jumpy dude. And I make it. Now the Defiler firing everything into this last jumpy dude. He hasn't done anything for the last 2 turns. Surely this is the turn.
There we go.
Battle cannon.
A 6.
6, the big 6. This is what you need. 3s to hit because you've got presence on him. And that was 4 hits. That's nice. Strength 8, toughness 5, 3s to wound. What could go wrong? 3 wounds, all at -2.
Yep.
So 3 5-up saves. He made it last turn. Can you make it this turn? He saved. It's minimum D3, right?
It is.
So he does die.
Right.
So that is kill something with a fly keyword. It's now 13 points to 12. And you're line breaking. So if the game ended right now, it would be a draw. So long as I don't score anything in my turn. And the last thing left to fire is the Hellbrute, who's been tucked in there all game.
No, he is still closer than them, aren't they? So he's just going to be out of luck.
He's going to fire at this guy.
3s to hit. No.
Last cannon's miss.
So those cannons and the missile launcher.
And the missile launcher
Yes,
hits.
hit.
Wounds on a 3.
Off they go. It's all getting careful. No, it doesn't.
Okay, so the Hellbrute shots
Go
go
wide off the table.
Yeah, far way wide off the table this time, smashing into the gantry one more time. That's the end of the shooting phase. Are you going to charge?
Oh yes.
Who's charging where?
We'll start off with my
Enlightened guy.
enlightened. He's got 1 shot that does D2.
He does,
so
yes.
I'm going to start with a shaman then, because if you can weather the overwatch.
Okay,
We'll declare a charge against your captain.
okay, so I'm going to chuck a grenade.
Okay.
and he misses. And you get in there.
Very much it.
And then the enlightened guys didn't do the same thing?
Yes, I'll do enlightened will follow.
Yeah. He gets in there as well. I think my lieutenant might heroically intervene.
Good idea.
Do you want to roll for this?
Yeah.
They might get all the way in. You never know. You might get a 10 or something. I don't know how
Those
far.
defences.
6 and 1, 7. They're definitely not within 8.
No.
So the thing will intervene. I think, who's the shaman?
He's the shaman.
How many wounds has he got?
He's got 5.
5. That's a lot of wounds.
4 wounds.
4 wounds, so he'll intervene that way at the end of the charge phase. And then I take it you're swinging everything at the captain.
I am.
I've got 3 models left, you know. I've got a captain, lieutenant, and 1 jumpy dude. I don't deserve to win this game. So 4 attacks coming in, hitting on.
Well, the shaman will begin. He hits on. He's got 4 attacks. Hits on
Shabba.
2s.
2s, yeah.
Um,
And he hits 3 times, that's alright.
yeah. He's +2 to his strength, so he's got strength 6.
Okay.
3s.
Winning on 3s, yeah. 2 wounds at AP minus
AP minus 1.
1, 2, 2 3 up saves. And make it. And then you got the enlightened guy.
Yes. He has a disc attack, so we won't do both those together.
Okay.
The enlightened guy also hits. He's got 2. He's got 3 attacks because he's
3
really
attacks. Okay.
We'll hit on 2s, and again 5s will auto wound.
Will it?
It's any hit in the unit, not
Nice.
shooting.
So there's 2 auto wounds.
2 auto wounds and a hit.
Okay.
Which
And a
also
wound.
moves us
And it's
2
AP
wounds.
minus.
He's just got his. What's he hitting with? I think he's with his bow again. No, it's an assault. It's AP nothing. No,
AP nothing. 3 2 up saves. And 2 6 up feel no pains. He feels pain once. He did 5. He's done a 5 wounds and then the disc
and the
strike
discs
twice.
on 3s.
Yep.
2 hits. Wounding on 5s.
1 wound. And I make the save. So that's the end of all of that. Now let's strike back with my guys. So my captain has 5 wounds left and he has 5 attacks. The lieutenant has 4 attacks. So this is 9 attacks. I'm going to do it all at the same time into the shaman, Shabba, because it all hits on 2s. Weapon skill 2. So hitting on 2s and re-rolling 1s because I'm right next to a captain. So all 9 hits get in. I'm strength 4, your toughness 4.
Yep.
So I'm wounding on 4s and I'm re-rolling. Well, I don't get any 1s. 6 wounds, sir.
I got 4 wounds left. I need 5 ups to
Yep.
survive. 1, 2. That's all 4 wounds. Off he goes.
I do take him out. He was foolish, charging in to a captain of the 13th. Now that's the end of turn 6 for the 1,000 Suns. They get a point for Scour the Skies. I've got 3 models left, so it's 12 points to the 1,000 Suns and only 13 points to the 13th. 13 to the 13th. How fitting is that? Let's go on to Space Marines, turn 6. Here are the objectives for the 13th. Honour the chapter. Basically hurt or kill a character, which I can't do. The only one left is buried behind a defiler. Get behind enemy lines. I can't do because I'm too far away from his deployment zone. And Emperor's Retribution. Get an objective that the enemy currently control, which I can't do. 13 points to 12. I needed to go into turn 7 and my captain not to die. The jumpy dude's got down there and he's tucked in so that Hellbrute cannot see him. But next turn he'll be able to jump into the enemy deployment zone and get behind enemy lines and line break, which will be a 2-point swing. And over here I broke out of combat and now I'm going to shoot into the Scarab Occult Terminators. And the captain managed to take one out as he backs away from this battle grid, and that's the end of turn 6. Now the player who went second rolls a dice. That's me. It's 13 points to 12. You're line breaking 13 points each at the end of this phase. On 1, 2, 3, it's a draw. We came all this way for a draw. Maybe? Let's find out what the dice gods say. The dice gods say we go to turn 7. Here are the objectives for the 1,000 Suns. They mean to lock down this battle grid and kill the enemy warlord. Defend 1, secure 3, and Kingslayer. So the 1,000 Suns move. They cannot defend 1, but they are securing 3 and line breaking with 2 units. Defiler staying still over there. And remember, he can fire past a character to hit a character and go for my warlord if he wants to. And then around here, the Hellbrute finally moved. And moving his full 8 inches, he can squeeze some shots just about in on the back of that intercessor. So let's go into the psychic phase. And I said intercessor, I meant incept. Jumpy dude, it's a jumpy dude. He might be able to stop him line breaking and get him behind enemy lines. Right, what are we doing?
Prescience on the Defiler again.
Okay.
That does not
Doesn't
go.
work.
Smite on the Lieutenant.
Yes, that does work. D3 mortal wounds, that's 2. Lieutenant's down to 3 wounds. Next.
Zinch's Firestorm
Yes.
against the Captain, needs 7. Don't get it.
Don't get it again.
Small Smite against the Lieutenant.
Baby smite. And that
No,
doesn't
either.
work either. Okay, so he's on 3, he's on 5, and now we're on the shooting phase.
There we are.
Interesting. These guys are out of range, right? He's in range?
He's got 24-inch range.
Yep, okay, so might as well fire him around here. You got 2
2
hits, and you need 4s to wound. You got 2 wounds, and it's AP -2. I need 2 5-up saves. The Lieutenant is down to 1 wound left. Ouch.
2 arrows on the Captain,
Yep,
needing 3s. 6 is auto wound. That's
1
miss,
auto
one
wound. 1 at AP -1. He has a 3-up save. And he has a 6-up feel no pain. No, he's down to 4 wounds left. Oh dear.
They can't fire, he can't fire. Should we save the Defiler for the Captain or do it now?
We can do it now while we're around here.
Okay, Battle Cannon.
Battle cannon.
2.
2 shots.
On 4s now, it's not prescienced.
1 hit. Wounds on A4. 2. It does wound at AP -2 against my Captain. I need to make a 4-up Iron Halo save. And I make it. His Iron Halo stands firm. And now we have 6 heavy bolters raining in. Yeah, 5 hits. I was surprised too. I was surprised too. 3s to wound. And you get 4 wounds in at AP -1.
Mm-hmm.
My 2-up becomes a 3-up. So I need 3 up saves. And I make all of them as well. He stands firm. He's made of tough stuff, that guy. And I think that's all the shots down here.
Yep, just the Hellbrute there.
But you have got that objective. And you do want to take out my jumpy dude to stop me getting 2 points for line breaking and behind enemy lines. This is very critical. And you moved, so your heavy weapons are hitting on 4s.
That's correct.
This could come down to the last dice roll of the game.
Twin las cannons.
Twin las cannons.
1 hit, 1 miss.
1 hit, 1 miss. 3s to wound. That's a wound. And AP -3. I need a 6 to keep him alive.
You have a command point left.
I know. I guess I have to spend it. He needs to get this. No. D6 damage. 1 damage. So if you miss with this missile launcher, and that's a hit, 3s to wound, and that's a wound. That'll do minimum D6. He falls.
Do you get armor save?
Oh yeah, I do. It's AP -2. He's got 1 wound left. I need a 5. I rolled 2 5s in a row. I should have kept that. Okay, 5-up save. The Emperor protects. The Emperor does not protect. That stops me getting a line breaker. That stops me getting behind enemy lines. There was a potential of 2 points there. So that's the end of turn 7.
That's it.
It's 13 points to 13 because you've got objective 3 plus your line breaking times 2 with these 2 units here. So you are winning by 1 point, and I've got a captain and a lieutenant left. Let's see what my orders are. I've got secure objective 4, which I cannot get to, behind enemy lines, which I cannot get to, and Emperor's Retribution. I will get D3 points if I can control an objective marker that was previously controlled by my opponent. 13 points each. You've got line breaker, 14 points each. If I get this objective, I get D3 points. So I've moved my captain and lieutenant in. In the shooting phase, I'm not going to select these units to fire because I don't want to shoot you to death. And now we're in the charge phase. I'll declare a charge with my captain first to eat the overwatch. 6s.
6s, which will auto wound.
Nope. And then the captain goes 9 inches and the lieutenant goes 4 inches. That'll be enough. In total they have 9 attacks. I'll do them all together. 2s to hit, re-rolling 1s, and 4s to wound is 4 wounds. Re-rolling 1s is 5 wounds in total on your Zangor. 5 invulnerable saves to make. And the Zangor falls. Right, and this is the way the world is going to end in just a second. So with Linebreaker, it's 14 points to 13. And I get D3 points for controlling objective 3 now. So on a 1-2, the game is a draw. And on a 3 or more, somehow, the 13th squeeze out a victory. Let's see what happens. It's a victory for the Space Marines. This is the way the world ends. So somehow, some way, the 13th managed to squeeze out a victory with just these 2 heroes left on the table. Maybe all they wanted all along was to kill the Zangors, because all the Zangors have finally been eradicated, leaving a couple of demon engines and some Thousand Suns and that Scalpel Cult Terminator there and the second in command. Maybe they meant to kill the main warlord. Maybe that's why they count this as a victory. And then some teleport flares erupt and they disappear off into orbit. And I'm pleased this game does not have 8 turns, because otherwise you would have tabled me. How did that go? What do you think?
I think that this sorcerer's plan all along was to remove his 2 opposite numbers. So
yes.
That he could now lead the Thrawn. It's just worked perfectly for him.
Brilliant. So his plan worked out. My plan worked out. I don't know how I managed to... Those Zangors hit hard, don't they?
They do. They're like mini gene stealers.
Mini gene stealers, yeah, definitely. And those ones floating around with the bows all over the place, shooting all over the place. I didn't bring a list that was very good at taking down vehicles, because I did have the Hellblasters, and I did have 20 of them. But with that aggression, with the push up the table, that works well with Thousand Suns as well, doesn't it? Because you're dealing with the front wave, and then the second wave hits.
Yeah, I think their spells allow you to buff a lot of these big monsters, so that's useful. I was always getting something off, usually on one of the big demon engines.
Yeah, your psychic phase wasn't as good as it could have been, but you were always doing something at some point somewhere. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, that was very good. And also, of course, you've got that threat with the Helldrake. You've got the threat with the units coming up, which you have to deal with. And then the psychic wall starts hitting you, and that smite starts hitting you. And that's good. That was very good. I'm pleased I won, because it's been a long time since I ran the 13th second company out. But I feel like I picked your pocket there. I feel like somehow, I mean, let's face it was as close could be. Drawing in turn 5, drawing in turn 6, and then a cheeky win in turn 7. And you could have won it. There was just a dice roll in it, a dice roll here or there.
Good game.
It was a good game. Right, Stylus, thank you so much for coming down. Thank you for being a patron. You are a legend. You're also subscribed to deploymentzone.tv, right?
I am, yes.
For more Winter's SEO battle reports, all top tips and things like that, to subscribe to deploymentzone.tv. Thank you to all my patrons. You guys are legend. As mentioned, foreground.co.uk for this modular terrain, P-Work Wargames for the MDF, Silos, GameMat.eu for the GameMat? We're sponsored by Element Games, so you can go to Element Games for money off. There should be a link in the video description below, but I don't think I ever really remember to put the link in the video description below. Just go to Element Games. They're nice people. And thank you everyone. Thank you very much everyone for listening. I hope you enjoyed that battle report. I liked fighting Thousand Suns. They're an interesting army. Very interesting army. Anyway, thanks for listening. Happy wargaming.